Heard that walked amongst the ancient trees, holding the lap so and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pool and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise out of the dewy grass. Night has worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while without turn away. The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you, my friends. It is I, your bard, your spiritual entertainer, out in the wilderness. You see the dark clouds? It could storm. I brought my umbrella with me, because you never know. Nice to see you, ELP. The demon is here. Good to see you. And James with everything in your name. Yeah. You want a refund? Well, I'm sorry. There's no refund for the sexual services that were provided to you. You get what you pay for. I'm sorry that you enjoyed it too much. Now, good to see you as well. The brainless one, our Slavic pagan friend. Good to have you here. We're out in the wilderness waiting for the strawberry moon to appear, but we might not get to see it because of all of the darkness. There's darkness everywhere. There's a lot of energy right now, right out here in my grove. The crows were going wild earlier as I walked in. You can hear the buzzing and the humming in the background. It's just something about storms. There's so much energy in a storm. And of course, I'm being devoured by flies. So I got to keep on the move here because they will eat me up if they could, right? I got several bites all over my body. I got to be careful when I go to the bathroom out here. One time I had a fly latch on and take a big bite, and I had to get some special creams, right? And it's about 100 degrees out here. With the humidity, it's about 100 degrees. It's 100 degrees every day, right? You people in Wales, you only get that, what? You've never had that before. Over there in the UK, the weather temperature was quite warm, right? Here, it's like that every damn day, right? Yeah, no refunds. Tell them, right? Tell them. Good to see you. Quiet Take. Good to have you for your entertainment leisure. Out in the wilderness right now, roaming about, meditating upon life, waiting for the beautiful. It's a very rare thing to have two full moons, right, in 1 month, and that's why they call it the strawberry moon. That's what it's going to happen tonight. It's supposed to make its appearance about right now, about 6:30. We got about in the next 30 minutes or so. It should begin its presentation in the sky. There's some light. I do see some patches of light. And I looked at the forecast. It's supposed to clear up by 8:30. So I'm hoping that we'll get at least last time we did a full moon stream. It was back in what was it, October, November, around there. It was in the wintertime, I believe, right? Steve, my grinder buddy, good to see you. You've had 4 full moons on grinder this month. I bet you did, right? I bet you did. And McNannon, hi Bart. The woods look beautiful today. Yeah, they are. It's dark though. It is a dark and brooding atmosphere because at any moment rains could fall down upon me, which I'm hoping that my umbrella could keep my stream going. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know. I've only been caught in the rain out here once, and it wasn't too bad, right? Excuse me, because the rains are warm. The water down here in Florida, when it rains, it's like taking a shower, a lukewarm shower, but it's got some heat to it. The rain down here. I am Gandalf the Gay. Yes, why not, right? And Jammy Jam, good to have you. I saw you joined our server earlier today. Good to have you. It's nearly 11 p.m. for our friends over there in the UK, right? Start panting like a dog. I don't perform those type of sexual services here for you. You've come to the wrong stream. Now I get all these people here. What's up with the like button? help about out. Go up and touch that like button at the top of your screen. I do this every day, and I appreciate people who can touch that right up there. Um, Thank you. Thank you very much. Santa, you want to sit on my lap, don't you? You're a pervert. Exceptionally smooth Scotch whiskey. It's good for you as well. So that helps you with your evening there. Um, let's see. Is that our friend, a servant of Nicholas? Good to have you here. Lover of Nicholas, rather, right? You are married to Lord Nicholas. Yeah. Every time I go on the stream, he never acknowledges me. I feel terrible. I sing his praises. Maybe I've been banned. I don't know. Right. You were watching Ring of Fire, Carnival rebuild and setup. Ring of Fire Carnival. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Uh, my grinder friends, right? Um, no, you're not timed out. French. Greetings to you. Good. Were you timed out before? Sometimes our moderators, they just they're always trying to protect our stream, right? Sometimes they misclick people. Latasha, look at it's you again. Good to have you here, good friend Latasha, here in the evening time. Uh, Hoping I don't get drenched here. All the birds are happy, right? They're all making the wonderful noises. The bugs are humming, right? They're trying to wait for this beautiful appearance of the strawberry moon, right? Wouldn't it be nice if it came out all strawberry, light red tint to it? That would be beautiful, right? Serpent of Chaos, good to see you, our good friend here. Clean my lenses, they get all foggy when we're out here because of the humidity is terrible. Uh, the humidity it's probably about 80 degrees, but with the humidity, it's about 100. Um, that humidity, it's like being in when someone takes a shower. That's what it feels like out here. It's very warm and damp. Hit the like button. There's going to quero pour her cauldron out upon you. Yeah, it's funny. It's some of my comments, as you saw today, um, people were becoming unhinged. Talking about their religion and things. People were becoming unhinged today, and we had the goddess Lily show up, and she was getting out of hand. Right, we're trying to worship her. Um, she was getting really out of hand, very inappropriate. Sometimes when religious people, they don't get their way. They throw these little temper tantrums, right, and start hurling the insults. Then their real religion becomes apparent, right? When they don't get their way, their real religion comes up. I'm probably a Reddit pagan. I'm not a pagan at all. I'm an entertainer. I'm not a pagan. I'm not a Christian. I'm just a seeker of the natural. I practice druidry. That's my thing. I'm a Reddit druid. Yeah. That's what you like here. In Kansas City, your local weather forecast says it's 79%, but the heat index is 103 because of the humidity and the UV rays. Oh my, yeah, those UV rays. Alyssa Love Festival. Hi, neighbor. Good to have you here. What kind of love festival is going on tonight? Friend Alyssa, I'm a magus in the bedchambers. Yeah, in the bedchambers. What's your name? Sal? In the bedchambers. Yeah, I'm a magus. Thank you. Oh, damn. You're in Branson? Look at you. Look at you. See all the bugs. They like that. You hear them? They're getting all wild. I got to be careful. I'm always looking around because this is the time when the boars start rutting and stuff, right? Going wild and the deer. And they're very territorial. And one of them creeped up on me. One stream right behind me was making all of its snorting noises and moving its head around. Right? They could be very territorial, especially when you get those horns. Right? They think they're the shit, and they'll come over to show off to you. Right? You're in New York, Chi Chi. Kansas City, New York. I'm not in Kansas City. I'm in the central Florida, my friend, in the middle of the swamp, being eaten alive by flies. These swamp flies are assholes. I'm trying to keep moving so they don't have anywhere to land upon me. I mean, I'm covered in DEET. That only works for mosquitoes, unfortunately. and I got these imitation, what are they called? Dragonflies. That seems to help keep the population away, but there's always a few of these asshole flies, right? Used to beach out at St. Louis, and you moved to Kansas City. Beautiful, beautiful. And you're in Missouri. You are in Missouri. Yeah, only the best, right? Steve here, my grinder buddy, he is down there in Texas. Yeah, pet a swamp puppy. I've shown pictures of the one that I have a spring here in my grove. It's very small, so I was surprised to find alligators in it. There, you have to be careful because when they're transitioning to that, there's lakes, streams all around me. See, I got to be very careful out here in the swamp because alligators won't have no problem going up and biting your leg off, right? They don't care. I mean, you're more safer on the land than you would be in the water, but still, they do pose a threat out here where I am. Uh, there's all kinds of wildlife out here, so I have to be careful. I am strapped for my own safety. You're about 20 minutes away from where the Chiefs play, and some of the World Cup games are being held. Look at you. Look at you. You get a front row seat to history right there, right? Yeah. Steve is down there in Texas, right? We go on our virtual grinder dates behind 7-Eleven and stuff. My good, he's also a wonderful marijuana grower. He's got a huge crop that he has been sharing pictures with me of. He shows me these nude pictures of himself with his marijuana. It's quite romantic. I don't know if you've ever seen the video where they're fighting, ripping the leg off their one. We had someone choose to end their life here about 15 years ago. There was this little lady, for whatever reason, she had some mental health issues. And she decided there's this place called Alligator World or something. I don't know what it's called. You got all these like alligator trainers and stuff around here in Florida. It's like Pokemon, right? She just decided to jump in the alligator pit, and they tore her apart within 60 seconds. They just this poor little lady, right? I mean, these creatures, you don't mess around with them. You don't, because they are unpredictable. I mean, they are wild. If you get them when they're real small, you could certainly tame them, right? They can become loving, but their wilderness instincts, it's all about survival, right? If you look like lunch, the alligator will certainly take a bite out of you. Misty the Goblin, good to have you here. You've been banned from Bazura County. What did you do? What did you do? Are you running naked through the streets up there? What's going on with that? Our good friend, Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Goblin here, they're up all night long, and they get up early too to watch me. All of our Goblin friends here, and people have been changing their profile names to Goblin. Some of my community members say, join our community. We have a wonderful community of like-minded people. You'll see that join button. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I do, small, medium, or large, and you could be a part of our Discord server. We play games together. Today, I did a stream. I asked my community, what do you want me to play? And the consensus was Baldur's Gate 2. I don't know what I'm going to be playing tomorrow or the next day. Somebody wants me to play the remastered Oblivion. Night of the Awawaki is another one that might be fun to do. Wednesday night, together as a community, we have a church that we built in 7 Days to Die, and we've been trying to convert the zombies. We are trying to reach out and give them the way of salvation, but it's really hard with zombies because they're only interested in devouring you. So you kind of like you have to trick them, like provide maybe a bite or two, and then you could tell them the good word, right? We've tried all things, capturing the zombies, putting them in cages and trying to talk to them. They just don't seem to work with reason, the zombies. And they'll end up, like if you put them in a cage, they'll just keep tearing at it until they're free. Yeah, let's see here. What is the oldest games you could play? Well, with emulators, you can go all the way back to Atari, right? Um, I've used Nintendo emulators. I own some like older games on Steam and GOG that like I have like I think Ultima Quest of the Avatar. I think I have that one. Um, some of the original City of Alcabeth that was created by Lord British. I got that one, and I played Eye of the Beholder last was it last week, right? Eye of the Beholder. I got all kinds of old games on Steam and GOG. Uh, Over the years, people sending me games, collecting games. So I used to do it semi-professionally when I was younger. No, like nothing sponsored. I spent a lot of my time doing it. Some of you know I was in the Nintendo Championship when I was younger. Uh, let's see here. Um, Misty said, Mary Saudi, luring works with zombies as saying for a friend. Yeah, thank you. I've tried all different ways to convert them. Um, they just don't listen. I try to scare them. I have weapons and things. I'm like, listen, the wrath of God is going to come down upon you if you don't accept what I say, Mr. Zombie. And they fix it now. Like up to it's time to pack it up and run the hell out of here. They're usually not bad in the mornings. Yeah, I don't know if they sleep, but they seem to be very active in the evenings in the summer here. Uh, don't see that. What did I say? Oh, someone is saying that they like the devil. Why does that hurt you? Why are you offended by someone? They're just being silly, really. Um, they, I mean, we do have a real Satanist that watches, but it's like make believe stuff. They just do it to piss people off. And none of them believe in that shit, right? Well, why are you afraid of it? It can't do anything to you, right? There's nothing it can do to you. I don't know why there's so much fear of it. I I don't know, right? Um, all, I don't know if the connection's coming in well. There's every now and then you'll get a little bit of distortion. Like I find it hard walking and streaming at the same time because of the distortions that happen on here. Oh man, these things are assholes. I mean, they're biting my legs. I've sprayed myself with all kinds of chemicals, but that usually just works for the damn flies. Help about out. Help my repel the flies. Like if you want to get the flies away from me, and subscribe, my friends. We have a beautiful community of people. We talk about all kinds of things: spirituality, comedy, movies, games, recipes. We have a wonderful Discord community. My spirituality, of course, is that's really the foundation of what I do here is druidry, modern earth-based spirituality, and trying to promote it. It is like one of the fastest growing forms of new forms of spirituality in the world. It is quite new. It started, I mean, it's always been around. I mean, it's a spirituality, but you could see like a lot of movement, like back in the '60s, like things really began to take off. Like you had Wicca began to really find its place in the '60s, and so did modern druidry. Before modern druidry was like a Masonic lodge thing, and it really wasn't open to ladies. Right now, modern druidry has more female members by far than I'd say. Like there's probably 30% that are male, the rest are female. That's been my experience. Like I'm like the only. Every time I've gone to our, we celebrate the Wheel of the Year together, our rituals. I'm one of two men that come. It is all ladies, and that's all over the world. You'll see this spirituality. And why is that? Because the lady has always been close to nature. The lady has always been close to the earth. Um, the earth is a lady, so it makes sense, right? Why this would be a popular form of empowering spirituality. See, you got a good wind coming in here. A popular spirituality for the ladies, right? Is blowing my helmet off. I might have to just turn around. Uh, the wind means the rain, right? It's coming. Let me go this way here. There we go. That's a little bit better. And just keep turning around, meeting the element of the air on its own terms. You never know where the element of the air will take you, right? Nice to see you. LOL, Cool J, Cool J, good to have you here. I am very odd. Well, I'm an entertainer. That calls for a little oddness, wouldn't you think, right? If I was just a normal person, would you watch, right? Probably not, right? Don't simp on you. What does that mean? All the women I know hate nature. Well, that's too bad, man. That's too bad. And most of the ladies I associate with, the natural is their thing, right? The natural is their thing. Father Natura, that's how you see it. You see, uh, for me, I'm always on the quest for the goddess. So I see the face of the lady in my spirituality. Other people, that it's a quest for the divine fatherly figure, right? Red Bar is watching. Oh my goodness, Red Bar, what are you doing? Red Bar, oh my, hello to you and your beautiful family. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate that uh, very much. What country I am in? I'm in the penis of the United States. That would be Florida, if you don't know that. Um, and I could feel there's a nice cool breeze coming in now. Nice cool breeze. I need to get a drink here. Spiritual entertainment, my friends. Waiting for the moon to appear. It should be coming out. The strawberry moon. 2 moons, full moons in a month time. Strawberry moon, my friends, for your entertainment leisure. So we are here awaiting the great lady, the great mother, her face. The moon is always. I mean, it depends on the mythology, really, right? But it's sometimes associated with the goddess, right? The lady and the sun, the man, that is the traditional way. I mean, there's other mythologies and cosmologies that see that the other way around. I mean, they're perfectly exchangeable, right? Um, let's see here. Where are we at here? Full moon, yeah, tonight. God bless you all who are lost. May you find you. How do you know that I'm lost? I feel quite found right now, in the embrace of the mother here, in my growth. Why do you say that I'm lost, right? What compels you to make such an accusation? You don't know me as a person, right? Why do you feel that you need to do that? The great mother has the fire. Not lost. Thank you for your It's not a real concern, is it? Right? It is vanity, is what it is. I might have to pull out my umbrella here in a minute, see what that's like, right? It is getting quite dark right now. I've never streamed out in the rain, but I'm all ready. I got my umbrella here, ready to go, ready to go. Um, it's how to manage all my stuff under the umbrella. I mean, the tree will certainly help a little bit, right? If the wind isn't blowing the rain in a certain direction, right? Let's see here. Good to see you, Trevor. Good to have you here. You never found your people. I'm sorry about that. I need to find some boulders to see if the moon makes illumination on a boulder. Is that something you practice? I've never heard of that before. Cindy, good to see you. Good to have you here, Cindy. Oh, look at you. You have the. Sorry about that. I. What the hell? The stream went out for a moment. That stuff happens, right? I'm out in the wilderness. What will happen there? Yeah, the connection problem. Yeah, you rebuke all naysayers and lovers of evil in the name of Jesus. Well, what is that doing? Nothing. It doesn't do anything. You're not helping Jesus at all by doing that. Who is that helping? No one but you. You are the only one being benefiting from this rebuking thing, right? It's really silly. It makes you look quite foolish and rude, right? It's a very rude thing to do. As you can see, nothing is happening here. Your rebukes are powerless. There's no demonic forces here at work. I'm just an entertainer. That's all that I do here. And I'm sorry about our disconnection problem that we just had. That shit happens out here. Swiftwind Aquarius, happy birthday, my friend. I heard it was your birthday today, and I wanted to wish you a very happy birthday, my friend. Kurt Cobain's growing up again. A reincarnation of Kurt Cobain. Are you 21 or 22 or something like that, right? You're quite young. Drinking Miller Lite, keeping it right, and chain smoking, right? Good to have you here. The power of Christ is breaking the stream. You're right. The Christians, they did it. They were finally able to infiltrate the stream, right? They were able to use their great powers and influence the darkness here. One night he was, when he first joined our server, he was consuming, right, these assholes going around. Want me to do some magic? Here, there. There's your magic for you, right? Very powerful form of magic at your disposal there. That was my magic wand for your entertainment leisure. Magic on demand, right? Now, the magic that I practice is not hocus pocus. It is not illusion. It is not mastery over the elements. It is participation with the elements. The magic that you find in druidry is something that is accessible to any person. It is a matter of perspective. It is a matter of perception. It is a matter of intention. It is working with what is already here rather than conjuring something up. That is the magic of druidry, right? You hear all the crows, they agree, right? Commentary, connoisseurs here. Good to have you here. Yeah, the full moon's messing with the Wi-Fi out here, right? The first time I drank in years, really. And yeah, I mean, if it was the first time, you could have chosen a better form of intoxication, right? Miller Lite, of all things. You need, like, go to Steve's house here and get you like some Mickey's or St. Ides, a Colt 45, or some Mad Dog 2020. Participation with submission is how the bard describes it on the Grinder profile. Yeah, it's a little bit different on the Grinder, right? The magic that I do there. Pokemon, love Pokemon. Hi, how are you? You know what's funny? I just made a Pokemon video earlier today before I got on in my YouTube shorts. I'm doing a reaction video to this gentleman who threw $30,000 of Pokemon cards in the garbage because Jesus told him to do it. And so I got a garbage can and I'm going through it, and I pull out the Pokemon and I'm like, thank you, sir. Thank you for all of my brand new Pokemon. Thank you for making it possible, right? These people are foolish, right? Now, for whatever reason, they are feeling guilty, and their guilt becomes amplified by their religion. And anything that challenges the religion, they want to toss it all away. Meanwhile, the way that they're living, the way that they're treating others, you wouldn't even have known this great sacrifice that they made, right? You know, I talked about last week, there was this popular streamer on Twitch who played Fortnite every day. But Jesus all of a sudden doesn't like his Fortnite, so he quits his job, right? And now he's doing Christian streams and stuff like that. He gave up his career because he read a verse and interpreted it in a way that drew this guilt and shame to him. And his response to his guilt and shame was getting rid of his job, right? Now, when it comes to our activity, our guilt that we carry, it has nothing to do with the divine. God is not in a position looking down, shaming us. The shame and the guilt comes from us. Maybe we are playing too many damn games, right? Maybe we are doing something spending all of my money on Pokemon when I should be taking care of my children or something, right? That guilt gets blamed on God, and then this false illusion of spirituality is created for this people, right? Uh, it, it is a terrible religion. It doesn't do anything for God or the person, right? You know, we do things that are unhealthy, and it's appropriate to respond to that unhealthiness and trying to make our life better, right? Most often, you give up one guilty pleasure for another, right? Like you quit, you're no longer an alcoholic, but you're a reeferholic, right? And your religion says no, right? You just keep going to another thing, to abuse, right? And religion can be very intoxicating. Religion can be something that is very abusive to you and to the people around you, especially your family members. These damn flies are pissing me off, right? Yeah, the gators are out here. The gators are flying around. What's the point of living if life is a struggle? What's the point of existence if the world you exist in wants you wants you put out of it? That is a terrible philosophy, right? Yeah, you're not separated from the world, first of all, right? The idea that the world is against you, you are the world. You are a unique manifestation of it. So right there, your philosophy is wrong. Now, your experience as this unique experience of the natural, of nature, might be a difficult one, but the difficulty is not the end of the story. The lesson that you can learn from nature is quite simple. The storm is going to come. You see how dark it is, but the storm will pass. And what that storm does is it brings something for renewal, transformation, right? Nothing has to be wasted. Even the bad and terrible choices that you have made can be the fertilizer for a great endeavor that you're now taking in your life of helping others, right? Learning from what you've done, learning from these experiences and using them, not letting them dictate your future. That's very important that we learn to do that and have a more positive philosophy about the world. The moon's coming out 7:45. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm out in the grove, Juggalo. Good to have you here, right? Is this a religion? Yes. This is the Bardian religion. Yeah, we are Bardians. We live out in the wilderness here. You cannot see the rest of them. They are all hidden in the trees. They have entered the trees here through astral projection, and we're all in harmony here. I'm a representator of all of the invisible forces here that are in my grove right now. You can hear them all. They're quite active, right? They're quite active, all the creatures in the wilderness here. Oh my. And it's quite hot. I'm going to probably chug down these 3 sparkling ices before the moon comes out right now. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the moon. 7:45, someone said. I don't know. I don't even know what time it is. Let me take a look here. See if we can see it. It is. Oh yeah, we got about an hour. Right? Got about an hour or so before the moon starts peeking out. Right? Am I a wizard? Again, be for the right price. The next hour or so, it's going to be out. But the sky is quite dark, so we might not get to see it today. And I might be walking back in the rain. You had to reset a lot of items that charge. So you do like the charging of the elemental things in your spirituality. You charge up crystals and things like that. Yeah, a lot of my friends are into the charging. Damn, these freaking flies are getting me. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a practice. Waters charging with the lunar energy, right? Now think about that. Now people might think that is mumbo jumbo, but think about what happens when you stand out in the light, right? There's a chemical reaction. There's a change within you, right? And we know that in terms of the the energies that we're able to record. There are other energies that we have no idea about that certainly are awaiting our scientific endeavors to discover. We're discovering more and more things, more and more various kinds of energies, right? So think about that. If you have an apprehension to people who are into, the energies of places and things and charging them, right? There's a lot of things that indigenous people already knew about that we're just catching up to, right? In terms of healing the human person in modern psychology, right? You are my neighbor. Damn fly went right in my eye. I wanted to sleep, so could you please continue tomorrow? That's why I'm out in the swamp here. I'm far away from your house, right? I didn't want to interrupt your gooning fest tonight, so I came out here. Um, Damn, I got bit right on the face here. These creatures are terrible. You don't kick your car, sir. I lied. Well, I am prepared for next time. My car is heavily armed. Moose Reefer, good to see you've captured the heart of a fine Gothic elf, but I don't think a good enough cowboy to ride the horse. Crazy. Do you have any advice? All right. Um, be gentle with when you reveal your steed, right? When you reveal your steed, it has to be at the right place and the right time, right? And for that, you have to prepare. Do your mating rituals and things like that in order to prepare that special moment. That is my advice to you. Uh, Lightning bolts, there could be some in the background here. Is their name Karen? Oh, I got lots of those around in the world, don't we? Lots of Karens out there today about in the world. Um, what are your thoughts on vibrators in music? Some vibes in pop music. Well, everything has a vibration, right? Everything has a vibration. Uh, Sometimes people don't know it, right? When they're doing their music, they're doing their rituals or things, they are unaware of the distribution of that experience and how it works. So certainly, right? We know from our sciences in terms of radio waves, they do not end, right? You have a radio wave of our first television broadcast. It's like way in another galaxy by now. The energy continues to travel at a different capacity, much lesser than what we could perceive, but nevertheless is still present into the infinity, right? So think about that in terms of unintentional vibration, right? A lot of music really affects your own perspective and intention, right? Like if you just were in a terrible relationship, you're listening to a song that is kind of slow and soft will bring tears to your eyes, right? Other times it will excite your heart. There's certainly a lot of you're like the receiver in a world of vibration and energy. You are a receiver, right? Drill music turns some kids evil. No doubt about it. Drill music. What is it, drill music? That's not native. This comes out of European paganism. What is that? What is that? I'm not even pagan. I don't even. I don't even understand why um, you have people calling me that all the time. I'm a monotheist. I only have one goddess. That is it. Pagans have more than one deity. I do not. Um, Skin so soft by Evan will keep the bugs away. It doesn't work for the flies. It only works for the mosquitoes. You think I've had a bottle of that pumps skin so soft? It didn't work too well, right? It didn't work too well. Um, I've tried incense and peppermints and all kinds of things. Right? Even have fake dragonflies, and most of the flies just ignore it. Right? I got one like on the back of my phone right here. Um, you wonder what this juggalo music does to you. I'm sure it arouses you, right? Our earliest signals are 130 light years away right now. They have not made it to another. Yeah, thank you for educating me. I was just generalizing. I have no idea. I just know they're out there, right? And I was always fascinated by. I remember someone instructed me, a teacher or something, on that long ago, right? Let's see here. It's so unhealthy. Is that a rabbit on the staff? It is a walking stick. And yeah, that is my rabbit. I share pictures of my rabbits and my tortoise, usually every day on my live streams. Obviously, I can't do it because I'm away from my home right now. Let's see here. That is definitely a rabbit. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Our closest galaxy is 25,000 light years away, right? And one day our energies, our vibrations are going to reach there if they not have already in whatever capacity, right? Just as that light, that's been probably dead a long time ago, is finally catching up to us, right? The universe just amazes me in its potential and presence. I see the cosmos as a lady. Um, and that's most of my life has been a quest to understand the mystery of this lady and to understand her embrace. You found a huge lizard in your garden. You've named him Pauline. Look at that. What a wonderful name, Pauline. You've moved on to a positive music, rap or otherwise, in 532 hertz. It has changed your life forever. So just listening to certain frequencies has caused a new state of existence for you as a young person. Um, Good to see you. SWT, do you play Warhammer? 40K, the video games. I just purchased my son. He wanted to get into the tabletop, and I got him a starter set. I'm like, you learn how to do it, and then come back to me and teach me, and then we'll start doing it. Because I already know a system, fifth edition. I mean, that's my game, Dungeons and Dragons. I looked at the Warhammer manual. I'm like, I just don't have all afternoon to learn this. So you learn it first and come back to me, and then we'll play some Warhammer. But the video games, certainly. The video games are a lot of fun, right? Yeah, I was just a few weeks ago. I was playing Space Marines 2. That was a lot of fun doing the siege missions, where you work with other online players to go through various assaults of different forms of enemies, right? Writing those in your notes now. Oh my, you're writing that in your notes. Look at people take notes here. Isn't that something? I remember I had this one lady says, "I take notes of all of your shows." I'm like, really? Right? Even the comedy. I mean, it's amazing that people find value in the things that I share here every day. We're always talking about something here, right? There's always a conversation. Don't forget when you come in, you see that like button up there. It's very important that you touch that because I do this for a living. Like, subscribe. Think about becoming a community member. There's a join button out there. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I do. I do this every day. I do it for a living, and I appreciate all the people that can support me. Let's see here. I played since 1985. So you are a big Warhammer. So you probably have shelves of this wonderful game. I took my son to the local comic book shop to see tabletop in action, right? And they were playing with tablets, but they had built this elaborate um, foundation. And there was a base and miniatures and things, which was pretty neat. But they were, instead of the traditional paperwork, right, they were using tablets now. And I thought that was ingenious. I thought I would have my son at the local library do, because he's one of the neurodivergent community, to do like a neurodivergent Dungeons and Dragons. So tablets, right? And we could all, and I will do like stuff on the table, but all the rolling and thing could be done on the tablet for their convenience. He wants to play Hide the Cucumber. Oh, what a fun game, right? Tell us the rules. That's what really matters, right? What you want to do with your cucumber. Are we doing salads? What are we doing with the cucumber here? Are we making pickles? He wants to play with my cucumber. Do I belong to the Hair Club for Men? Yes. I am not only a client, I am also the president. These hair plugs, much better than most that are out there, right? Look at Cheeto Man. Mine are much better for my old head here. My hair plugs, right? It works out here. It looks almost natural, right? Just like my fake wiener down there that I got that fell off a while back. It looks almost just like a real one, right? But it's bionic now. 24,000 years. What's going on? What are we saying here? It, months, week, hours, minutes, 19 seconds. Our earliest signals will reach the edge of the galaxy. Look at that. You know all of math, right? Everything can be figured out with math, right? Math is the sacred language of the cosmos. Math is something that I suck at, but I understand its spiritual value, which often doesn't get taught to young people. They're just taught to memorize facts and numbers, and most of them don't give a shit, right? They don't see the spiritual value, as some of our ancestors did, when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to the sacred geometry of the world that we live in, right? Spiritual entertainment. Oh. It's hot out here. It's getting darker. Very cloudy. I don't know if we're going to get a moon out here. Jesus loves you. Turn to him from your sin. How do you know that I haven't done that already, right? Who are you to judge me? Cucumber water is manna. Oh, my cucumber water. Yeah, there's something about that. I bought like cucumber water at Target once, and it was quite refreshing, right? Now, the cucumber water that this other gentleman is drinking is of a whole different kind, right? Who's Adam? You play days on your PC, actually, anxiety simulator. Probably your favorite. 7 Days to Die. Yeah, we play that every Wednesday night. Think about joining our community. We have play games together, and we stream it Wednesday nights. We finally got a good base where we found and survived the zombie horde in for the first time. And I've learned how to use. Now, they just had an update just today, excuse me. They've had an update on it. It's a little bit different now than it was in terms of this the quality of life updates. It is the most unfinished game in the history of Steam games. 7 Days to Die. It's been in its alpha state for like 15 years. They continue to improve it. Well done. And you can get it on sale at Steam right now for like $20. It's a really good buy. You look like someone who would scream at a pack of 7-year-old kids, get off my property. Well, if the context is right? If the context is right, you have a right to protect your property from people who are trying to harm it. Now, you're just being a dick about it, right? You're just being a dick about it. Now, if I had somebody, last time someone invaded my property, it was the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I certainly wouldn't do this to like the people, normal people in my neighborhood. They were quite a nuisance. They kept coming back, wanting to do these Bible studies, right? And so I showed up with my wiener at the door, and they haven't come back since, right? That's the normal not with kids or anything. These were all adults, obviously, but they've never come back since. I think that was the best decision of property management ever. Good land from the land of the ancestors is our friend Blake here. Up late at night here in the land of Wales with our other friend ELP there. It's always nice to see you. If they were trespassing and shitting on the grass, hell yeah, right? Based, yeah. That's the way to deal with it, right? And sometimes your neighbors are a nuisance, right? They certainly can be. I'm sure I've been a nuisance to my neighbors, doing my sky-clad rituals in the backyard. I'm sure they don't appreciate that because they've called the police on me several times. And I'm like, I am an American. Don't I have freedom of religion here? Can I? They don't have to watch me out their windows, right? I have a privacy fence up. They don't have to look over it and look at my wiener. I mean, I have rights here, don't I? Um, doing witchcraft stuff? Yes, we are. We're doing lots of witchcraft today. Sometimes you gotta shit in the grass. You never know, right? You ever see that guy at the airport? He had to go so bad. He's in the middle of the airport, and there's a janitor mopping the floors. So he grabs the janitor bucket and just does his business in it, right in the middle of the airport. It was the most bizarre thing I ever witnessed before, right? All that paganism, yeah, paganism is fun. Paganism in the morning, paganism in the evening, right? Chase somebody shouting, evil, 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 yeah. Thanks for the info, Frankie, yeah. Have you also lost your inner Christian spirituality? What do you mean by that? Because I talk about the Christ here all the time, about loving your neighbor, about showing kindness, helping people to understand that they're loved by God. I've never lost anything that is good, that is true, and has value. What I've lost in terms of Christianity is its whole experience in the modern world. I reject institutional Christianity because look what it does to people. It turns you into lunatics where you have to go on people's YouTube streams and start crying and whining all the time about it. You people are enthralled, you are controlled, you've been manipulated, right? And I used to work at a church, and I used to control and manipulate people all the time with guilt, fear, and shame. And at one point, I just decided I don't want to do this anymore. I want people to know that they're loved, that they have purpose and value, that there's no God out to get them, that there's only a God seeking to embrace them, seeking to be on their side, that isn't going to torment you, that's not writing everything down. The whole idea of God being a judge is so unrealistic, right? Imagine if your children, if you're a parent, that all they saw was a judge, right? For the Christian, God is judge first, then father. You have to perform and do all the things right, and then the God can be your father. That is what the Bible teaches. You have to follow the laws. You have to believe right. These are terrible and wicked things that make God look terrible and wicked. God is not that way. That Jesus fellow is definitely onto something. Shaming people, yeah, pretty much, right? That's all they do. I am serious. Wieners are not originally aggressive. Well, they don't start out that way, right? Once you get them cooking, right, you don't know what's going to happen with them, right? You might be in for a sword fight or something, right? You never know what's going on with that, right? Don't forget, my friends, there's a like button up there. Help about out. The moon's coming out at some point. I am in my grove. When it gets too dark, I have to get out of here because I won't be able to see. And you won't be able to see me. So at some point, probably in an hour, I have to make my journey out of here because the animals get a little bit more aggressive at the twilight, right? The bard abides. Oh, good to see you. The circuit bard is here. Look at that. We got all kinds of bards coming here, right? You can't stay, Walnut Witchy, but you came in to Papa like. Thank you. You're very kind and generous. Our good friend, the Walnut Witch, we always appreciate you here. You swore we were talking about Dachshund. Oh, my. I'm sorry. Did I mess it up? Yeah, I love wiener dogs. One of our members here, Cool Hand Mountain Man, he shared me images of his wonderful, wonderful doggy. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. That's one of the dogs. If I ever get a dog in the future, I can't get one now because it'd probably give my rabbits a heart attack. Rabbits have a very sensitive hearts, and so I can't get any other type of animals, as they will certainly be startled by it, right? Less than 1 minute old, yeah. Does your local inn tavern have any harlots on the top? Of course, right? Of course. And I work there. That's what I do for a living. I'm into tavern prostitution. Yeah, for the right price, right? Uh, what is moving around? Uh, I got to be careful out here because you never know what comes creeping up behind you. Um, bunnies, you have bunnies? Yes, of course I have rabbits. I have a whole playlist called Rabbit Cam. You can go check them out, all of my bunnies. Yeah, the bunnies are very important to me. You have a border collie, but it would be unfair you're not active. Yeah. What is my religion? Spiritual entertainment is my religion. That nothing more, nothing less. That is it. Comedy and spirituality together in one place here, 7 days a week, my friends. You haven't had a dog since you were 16. Uh, you have goats now. He's got goats. Even better, right? Those are adorable, adorable creatures. Um, Definitely didn't get a cat then. I love your cats, but yeah, they would certainly terrorize a rabbit, right? I remember my grandmother's cat. I had to rescue a baby rabbit from its mouth one time. It always liked to leave shit on my porch all the time, dead rats, all kinds of creatures. You come out on the porch, there's somebody's head, a carcass. This primordial behavior of pleasing the master, right? That has been ingrained into their survival structure, their DNA, right? It's interesting. If you have a cat that goes outside, at some point you'll have a little snack on your porch, right? Ricky, good to see you. Um, you'll be playing any old D&D games anytime soon? Yeah, the old ones. I was playing Baldur's Gate 2 today. Tomorrow, if I do play, it's going to be Oblivion Remastered because someone in my community requested that. I usually do requests. That doesn't mean I'm going to stay with the game. I'm definitely not going back to Eye of the Beholder. That was just the repetitiveness. It was just like I was going, at a doing manual labor. Some of these old games, I'm glad that gaming has improved so much where you actually enjoy it. You don't have to make maps and always save your game. And I mean, that's quite a nuisance, a lot of the management, right? Rabbits are good food if made right. Yeah, I don't eat rabbits myself, but I know that a lot of people do. I don't care what you eat. You are a pagan warlock, and I am also a Christian. Sure, you are. Sure, you are. Warlocks are oath breakers of covenants. So when I hear someone say, I'm a warlock, yeah, that tells me that you're thinking about Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons has this warlock class that is in a positive light. In the real world, if you belong to a group of witches and you violate your oaths to that community, you are considered a warlock. Um, the idea that a warlock is a male witch is really built on Dungeons and Dragons, not in the real practice of witchcraft. Oh my, this fly is an asshole. It keeps biting me. Get away from me. Leave me alone, flies. We are getting some darkness here from the cloud cover here. I don't know how much longer you'll be able to see me out here. I'm hoping to get at least another hour in the stream here. Nerd alert, that's right. And gay. Yes, I'm gay. Yep. The gay people are wonderful. 7 of Anubis, good to see you. Cats leave us gifts because they see us as unable to feed ourselves. Really? How generous. Next time, if I do get a cat, I will be sure to put some salt and pepper on that shit and put it in the barbecue. That life, right? We do not discriminate. Spiritual entertainment, the religion, welcomes all peoples. There's no turning away of anyone. Unless you're being a dick. They believe in nature, they believe in the earth. They're not out consulting devils and stuff. And these people are quite demented. that turned to Christianity. And these people, I'm sure at some point you'll see how some type of guilt and shame thing wrong, right? Fundamentalist, right? I think that he was much better off. I enjoyed watching him much better off when he was a normal person, not a Christian fundamentalist. Switching satellites, pretty much. The modern idea of Christianity and Jesus is corrupt and evil, certainly. Yeah. That's why you said we love gays here. All the pride we're at the end of Pride Month, my friends. All of our, I'm going to have to go back to Tuesdays and Thursdays to practice my homosexuality now. I was doing it all month. I'm sorry. I know my grinder, all of the people on there were so happy because they cannot celebrate homosexuality with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays because people work on those days or whatever. So for the month of Pride Month, I was gay every day. And I had my sodomy hotline and everything. But now I'm going back to Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know that's a big disappointment, but I need a break. Sometimes that ass gets all worn out, right? Um, it's Tuesday here where you are, right? It's still Monday where I am. It's still Monday, so it's past midnight for you. So I'm kind of gay overseas right now, right? Go to India; they love you here. They certainly do. 20% of my audience is from India. Isn't that something, right? All of my Hindu watchers. It's Parvati for me. Parvati is my goddess, right? We call her Keridwen over here. But, she is the divine Sophia. She is this goddess of wisdom. That's been a big part of my spirituality, right? It just takes on different names for me as I grow. Like it was the Holy Spirit, right? The Holy Spirit was a lady to me when I was a Christian, right? Because that's when I had an experience that, I thought was the baptism of the Holy Spirit, right? I had this enlightenment where this power is inside of me. And it feels like a lady is living inside of me. There's an intimate bond with this material time. I can feel it. Tell me that is a man. And this is a lady that is living in me, not a man. So I had to work that out as I was a Christian and studying religion, and came to the conclusion that the Trinity is Father, Mother, and Child. That going in different traditions, you could certainly come to that conclusion, right? The Trinity of penises is really stupid. You have little children in like Sunday school. If God's a father, who is mother? You can't have a father without a mother. It's quite simple, right? Having a God with the face of a woman is very dangerous for Christians, because they'll have to change the whole way they do their theology, and they'll have to do the whole way in how they treat women. Not all Christians treat women terribly, by the way. My son is a Christian, and he loves his fiancée. He's getting married in September, and they go to church together, right? I've taught him how to love ladies, right? And how to appreciate that. I've always taught him about the divine Sophia. Now, it's up to whatever Christianity he does, that's up to him. I know he's a universalist, right? He was being nice to my daughter, who's transgender, getting along quite well, where in the past he was in enmity with her. So that's positive, right? When you have Christians that, value someone's diversity, someone's experience. The flag of Israel, my geography is not, neither is mine. What is the bod? That is me. I am the entertainer here. You are listening to my voice. This is the Voice of the Bard live stream that I do every day, not always in my grove, but I thought it'd come out here for the strawberry moon, which unfortunately is quite hidden, all right? And I'm getting eaten up by these damn flies that are out here. You could see them on occasion land on my skin and start to devour me, right? But we are here out in the wilderness for your entertainment leisure, out in my grove right now. We were out, last time we were out here was yesterday morning. We were out here, and we had a really good time. We did a dedication to a good friend of ours that passed away, Tron. We have a tree over here that we dedicated to Tron. He was a wonderful member of our community that passed away in the beginning of the week, right? All of a sudden, right? He was here every day bringing cheer and conversation. Really, a really great person. Um, we're here for spiritual entertainment, to share love with others and nature, right? That's what we do here, right? Don't forget to touch the like button as you come in. It's right there at the top. You see it? Help a bot out. Spiritual entertainment. 7 days a week, I am here for your entertainment leisure. Greece is, you were correct. Misty, both and I are just blue. You are from the land of Greece. Well, how wonderful. How wonderful. Hit that like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you, commentary connoisseur. Praise Ceridwen, a wonderful ancestral goddess of Wales, a wonderful ancestor. So much wisdom she has shared with the world, right? The flowing of the Alwyn. Modern druidry is people of practice modern druidry, of course, revere this wonderful ancestor that we have from our Welsh friends, right? Wasn't far off, no. One bottle down, 3 more to go. I got them all stacked up because sometimes the heat is terrible out here, so I have to get prepared with my sparkling ice to keep me lubricated, so I can continue to have these wonderful conversations with you out here in the wilderness. Here, let's see here. You're a wizard here. Yeah, that's getting old. Uh, you were just saying, Misty, use the right flag. No, you're not from Greece. Oh, I am sorry. I apologize, sir. Um, you love your country's flag. Yeah, the Welsh flag is the best one because it's got a dragon on it, right? They got the best kind of flag, right? Flags with dragons are they're always beautiful, right? Um, you were going to say, isn't it getting warm? It is. It's 100 degrees out here. The humidity is quite terrible, right? But I enjoy it. I enjoy the energy that I come out here and I feel and I experience being out here. I leave always refreshed, renewed, recharged every time I come out to this place. You know, I've been coming out here for about a year. I started coming out here in July. July is when I started practicing druidry, and I felt called to come out here to have my sacred place, my sanctuary, my grove. And I've been coming out here ever since, just about every week, you know, coming out to this place here in the wilderness and letting it teach me, letting it teach me. I'm learning from it, feeling the energy, the new free from this place. So, you know, modern druidry has really done a lot in my life, a lot of changes, a lot of growth. It's a wonderful spirituality. What is my amulet? It is called a triskelion. Um, the triskelion is something the Celtic people, you would find it on walls and things. And there's different traditions of its purpose and meaning. Like it could mean life, death, rebirth, land, air, sea, mother, father, child. It has different meanings for different people. I don't know the context of what my ancestors, they had all. Now, if we look in the literature um, of my ancestors, a lot of their wisdom comes in triads. If you look at a lot of the ancient Welsh literature, wisdom literature, it's always in threes. Um, that is that is the way that they shared their wisdom. They kept it in threes. The Trinity was something very sacred to my ancestors. In whatever way, I mean, it's in nature, right? The perfection of the three, the unity of the three. It is in nature, so it makes sense why they would create patterns of wisdom. I have a whole playlist of triads, if you're interested, called The Triads, where I share my own version, which is based on the ancestors, and I do share a few from the ancestors in there. Um, I did that quite a long ago. I think there's like 30 of them that I created. All right, let's see. You got to go take care of our good friend from the land of the ancestors, Blake, our good friend. Have a great night. It's late over there in the UK. Your My sister's snake shed its triskelion. You think that's what it's called for the shedding of the skin as well? Yeah, I am sure it has different meanings and purposes. Three in one, right? Disrobe and now Seth is trying to be getting me naked for the past 6 months. Comes on here and demands that I remove my clothing. Now, if I were to do that out here, I would be devoured by the flies. The swamp flies are terrible. So I have no intention of disrobing for you, sir, while I'm out here. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. You're in Toronto, Canada. I was a bard for 20 years. Well, welcome, Christine. Glad to have you here. What did you belong to an order of bards, or you continued a specific tradition of the bard? I am a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. That is the tradition that I follow. What tradition of the bards do you follow, right? Um, Most of your ancestors are Irish and Germanic. Yeah. Yeah, most of the people in the UK, I mean, the Germanic tribes, the Anglo-Saxons, invaded, right? If you trace your DNA, that's where you'll find it when it says like English. That is the Germanic tribes that invaded, right? And then the rest, the Celtic nations there. Um, what's very interesting, if you go to ancestry.com and give them a little bit of your saliva, they could tell you of your Celtic origins, which they started doing that last year, which I found fascinating, right? To be able to see where you come from. Did the fly a dragon to work? I'm sure they did. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I notice no one is calling you a heathen anymore. Oh, we had some earlier. I mean, it happens every day. I'm a heathen every day. I you get the people who are very unsatisfied with this spirituality, unless they're trying to destroy someone else's, right? And that they call it spirituality, going around annoying the shit out of people, right? Um, you are 99.5% Scottish, so you are the Gaelic, right? You are Irish and Scottish Gaelic, right? You probably got some Bard in you. Yeah, some of your ancestors, no doubt, were bards. That was a major part of the tradition, right? The bardic tradition. Now, in Ireland, most of it went underground in the 16th century when the English conquered Ireland, right? Their bardic schools were shut down, and a lot of the Irish people that had a voice were shipped down to places like the West Indies to work on farms there for their English taskmasters, right? And the bardic tradition really survived in Wales. It went through many reforms. The last one from uh, Lolo, Ilo, whoever wants you call it, Mogagan, I'm saying his name wrong, right, was the major one. It really brought definition and celebration and tradition. Some people think he was a charlatan. I think he was a genius. Modern druidry really comes from him that we have today, right? Oh, let's see here. Your voice sounds a lot better. Yeah, it's getting better, right? I've been using a lot of echinacea and ricola and stuff like that to return it to its proper form, right? Well, every now and then I lose my voice for whatever purposes, right? It just does its own thing, goes its own way, right? Let's see. If you're living your life the in the cause of truth, cause of your death, you died happy, right? That's important to seek a death that is natural and peaceful, right? That is everyone's hope and dream, that you could die in a natural and dignified way, right? That doesn't always happen, right? That doesn't always happen, right? Let's see, it's just but I think the fundies think it's hurtful or something. Yeah, it doesn't hurt me at all when our fundamentalist friends come on here and start whipping their wieners out at us, right? I just make fun of them. That's what I do. Um, you converted to Baptist? Oh shit, that's like the worst type of Christianity. You ever watch some of these Baptists? I mean, they're terrible and violent, and I mean, most of it's politics, right? I mean, the Baptist Church is the most political and most fundamental than any of the type of the Christian groups. I mean, they're quite terrible. Some of the Baptist preachers out there and the things they say. I'm like, don't. It's like, how do they miss the point of loving your neighbor, right? And doing good for your enemies? How could you not get that? And they're trying to destroy their enemies in their sermons, right? If you go to a Baptist church, most often you will hear, we're not like them, they're terrible, and believe in Jesus, right? He died for your sins. That's what you'll get most of the time at a Baptist church. I mean, they're quite terrible. Um, let's see here. My brain does good sometimes. It happens, right? All praise to Lord Nicholas. Lord Nicholas is doesn't talk to me. I tried to get his attention, reach out to him, but for whatever reason, I am not worthy. I've given my heart to his way, and yet still I am not recognized by the great overlord Nicholas, right? We're sending the stars here, all of our goblins. How do you sleep? You're here. It's what, over past midnight, and you're still here. And then I see you in the morning streams. You are artificial intelligence. I know it. Um, you are Lord Jason Bollocks. Yeah, Lord of the Bollocks, right? Um, it's starting to rain. I got to open up my umbrella here. You can hear it, right? I don't know how much it's going to rain, but it is raining. So I got to get my umbrella here, ready to go. Because I don't know how. There we go. I have the umbrella ready to go here. If it starts getting a little bit more intense, hopefully not windy. That would be terrible, right? Having your umbrella ripped out of your hands. But it is raining. The trees are getting most of it right now. So I am in a good place with the trees here. Let's see here. You've always maintained you are an AI. I knew it. Both of you are AI. You don't sleep, you meditate. Yeah, just like elves, right? In Dungeons and Dragons, they don't sleep, they meditate for their long rests, right? I pay you to, you pay me, you pray to me. No, I pray to Lord Nicholas. He is the only power in the universe that matters anymore. Lord Nicholas. Um, yeah, Lord Nicholas is funny, right? I people just started watching his streams, right? And this comedy developed of devotion to him. I'm sure someone's very serious about it, but most people do it for fun, right? Hopefully, he thinks it's for fun, because a lot of people on there, they're just doing it fun, right? Not you. You're serious about it, right? You pray to me, flesh boy. Oh my. Oh man, we need some DLC here, right? We need the bar DLC. Go up and touch the like button, my friends. I do this every day. We're waiting for the strawberry moon to make its face here, known to us. Um, I'm going to have to start heading back here in about 30 minutes because of the rain, because of the darkness. It will be too dark for you to see me because I don't think I'm going to be able to see the moon, unfortunately. But I did enjoy coming out here, right, and having these conversations. Hopefully the rain does die down, doesn't get terrible. It's starting to pick up just a little bit, but the trees are capturing most of the rainfall here. How much is the BOD DLC? $20 right there. You see it? That button down there? You can buy the BOD DLC. You get extra BOD in your life. And you can interpret that however you wish. It is for your pleasure, right? I'm soon. I'll send you some of my bath water. Right? um, touch the like for Christian Roblox server access. Yeah, we've been trying on the 7 Days to Die server to convert the zombies, We built a nice church on there. Me and ELP, we we uh we built a nice little church on there, and we've been trying to convert the zombies, but they're just not listening. We're going to have to use more weapons. I've been using a shotgun. I'm like, do you want to believe my religion? And if they charge at you and try to bite you, then they get a shotgun, right? The zombies, they just don't want to convert. And I've been everything I've learned from Christianity, I've been trying on them to see if it works, right? Does the DLC come with skyclad? Oh, yes, it does, right? The special, the skyclad skin you could put over me as you watch. You get various skins that you can put on me as you watch for your entertainment leisure. We need to pay you fall or trip on your stick. Exactly. Stick maintenance, right? I have to get maintenance for my walking stick, right? Get it all lubed up and everything and shiny for you. You hope so, Separate. Yeah. Yeah. Raina, are you going to go away? Can I put my umbrella back? Having an umbrella is quite a nuisance. With the walking stick, I got an umbrella. I had to like strap it onto my backpack like it's some type of rifle, right? My umbrella here. Oh, Billy Elliot is here. Oh, the other Billy is here. Oh, Billy Elliot. Good to see you. Our good friend Billy Elliot. I hope you're having a wonderful evening or morning, wherever you're at in the world here. You have a ham wallet. Look at you. What do you do when cats are around, right? Hit that like and subscribe button, or you'll become 60% more susceptible to paper cuts. Wow. Look at you bringing out all the curses on people, right? Yeah, Swift's birthday today. Swift Wind Aquarius is getting older. Our good friend, our Kurt Cobain reincarnation. If you see it on our Discord server, you can see him with a can of Miller Lite or other fun things, right? With his Kurt Cobain glasses on, right? Our friend Swift Wind Aquarius. Are you a paid comedian? Well, I get paid on here every day, yeah. I don't do stand-up. My comedy comes out of the moment, whatever the gods brings to that moment. That's when the comedy happens. I never know when you'll see it. You'll never know when it'll happen. Comedy and spirituality together here, 7 days a week, my friends. Like and subscribe. Yes, it's always nice to have a birthday. Mine is next month. I'm going to be 50 years old, believe it or not. Halfway dead, right? You seen Kurt? Really? Did you go to one of his concerts? Right? From the Kingdom of Spain. Oh, look at that. Good to have you here, a Spanish friend. Quite late over there in Spain. How's the weather over there? Now, up your UK neighbors up there, right? Way up to the north there. They're suffering, right, from all the heat wave. Did it make it into Spain as well? Comedy is healing, right? And I find that comedy is a great way to have a spiritual conversation with people, right? Getting them into that special place of laughter. Their inhibitions are lowered, and right, and then you could pick them up, give them the pickup lines, right? Hey, baby, you going my way? Yeah. It is healing indeed. Ricky, we is in Algo again. Oh, what is Algo? There are gods too, certainly, all around you, right? You are God. The weather in Spain is always hot in the summer, but this summer was even hotter. Hell has been opened. The gates of hell have been opened, right? The fires are coming through over there. All of Europe is being affected, right? For me, it's every day here in Florida. Our winters are sometimes you have your heater on in the morning, your air conditioner at night. That's how crazy it gets here sometimes in Florida. Dabbling in the occult is dangerous and fun too. You should try it. Get naked, do some occult rituals and stuff. You'll be quite surprised at the entertainment value that it can bring into the world, right? This is a bunch of nonsense. What makes you say that? Now Ricky Spanish is a big bitchy whiny person that comes on here, uses the exact same phrases all the time. Yeah. If you're against the occult, why are you here? You're helping my algorithm, dumbass. Um, do I eat fish? On occasion, right? On occasion. Yeah. Yeah. Ricky is always a whiny person that comes out. Always whining, always crying. Him and his butt buddy Scott, they come on here every day together and do this nonsense of insulting me. Like, that's going to make me want to join your religion, right? You come on here and insult me, calling me names. Yeah, sign me up for your religion. Now I'm very much interested in it. Yeah. You see how stupid that is? If you want people to be interested in your religion, you should start with courtesy. That's the first step, right? Um, being an asshole does not inspire me to want to join you. I'm sorry. Never will happen, right? Cult just means hidden. Yeah, pretty much, right? Are you a Christian? No, I'm not. I left Christianity last year. Not going back. Now, I am Christianized, certainly. It's part of Western culture. The way I think about God is, Jesus is like a face of the Father to me. The Virgin Mary is the face of the Mother, the Divine Sophia. So, certainly, in terms of archetype, I'm still very much Christianized, but the religion I have left behind. I've just taken the good things with it. What do I think of Ouija boards? I think they're a terrible idea. You don't know who's on the other line. Ouija boards are just pieces of wood, right? The person that really has the power already has the materials in their experience to manifest these spirits, right? So the board is nothing. It doesn't do anything. It's the person who is able to be sensitive to that, right? And the problem with these sensitivities, uh, when you're using devices like that, there's no guarantee that you're talking to your grandmother, right? Um, I think they're a bad idea, a bad tool. But I don't tell people what to do. Now, I've had bad experiences with them when I was younger. That's why I'm not a fan. When I was younger, my mother got me one for my birthday when I was 10 years old. And, there's been stuff in our family that, you know, is in our family history, just waiting to be recognized, right? And for whatever reason, these familiar spirits, they didn't like me very much, and they tormented me as a young person. Um, where is the broadcast from? My swamp, Central Florida. That's where I'm at right now. Ashley, nice to see you. We're all here waiting for the strawberry moon to appear, but there is cloud cover. So I don't think we're going to be able to see it. It's supposed to be showing now in the next 15 minutes. Um, but I mean, it is clearing up to the northeast here, so we might get lucky and see it. Within the next hour, I need to walk out. Let's see my battery charge. That's another thing. It's 60%. I think I'll have enough to see it. The last full moon we saw together out here was back in the wintertime, right? I got secrets. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, let's see here. Do you know what side of the tree moss grows on? Doesn't it grow usually on the northern side, right? Is that correct? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I've heard someone say that before. Um, I don't know. Why don't you educate us, my friend? The outside? Yeah. Florida, nice. Yeah, the trees here, there's moss all over it, right? If you go to some of these trees, they're completely covered in it. And so that I think that's like a regional effect by certain types of mosses. Because some of these trees, they're blanketed with it here in the swamp. Uh, I bet it's hot down here. It's like, yeah, I'm roasting right now. It's 100 degrees today, and it's very, very humid right where I am. Did Jimmy Page unlock a portal? I don't think so. No, he liked messing around with the occult, right? He's big into the occult. Um, I don't think so, but who knows, right? Who knows, right? Um, uh, Yeah, Ashley, always nice to see you. Yeah, Jimmy Page is like one of the greatest guitarists in the world. Now, some portal was active in his life. If you look at how he learned the guitar, like he moves into this house with his family when he was younger, there's a guitar there. And so he picks up, playing this guitar, right? It was like this was a predestined event to be the founding member of Led Zeppelin, right? Yeah, he put that band together. They used to be the Yardbirds. The Yardbirds, the original group, kind of disbanded because they didn't feel the creative vibe anymore. And the new Yardbirds, that was early Led Zeppelin. Um, some of the Yardbirds songs that carried into Led Zeppelin was Dazed and Confused, for instance. That was a Yardbirds song originally. You could see that there's a lot of similarities. Obviously, Robert Plant does a much better job at it than the previous singers. But um, Jimmy Page. Now he made some terrible choices as a young person with his relationships, right? That are certainly frowned upon now. And I'm sure, as an older person, he's like, "What the hell was I doing back then?" Right? He was on all of these drugs and making piss poor decisions with his relationships, right? It certainly would be frowned upon today, people who do that shit. But he's not like other musicians who write books about it and think it's a wonderful thing. I'm sure he's quite ashamed of his choices in terms of relationships. You have moss growing on your ark. Look at you. You're all ready. Terry, you're all ready for the Nephilim are coming for you. You love nature because you are nature, right? If you love nature, as you're coming in, go up and touch the like button, my friends. We are out in the wilderness today for your entertainment leisure. Uh, I do this every day. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning, right? At 7 a.m., right? Talking about, spirituality and comedy with you, as I normally do. I talk to whatever you want to talk about. If I see something there in the chat, I will respond to it, no matter what it is. I've learned all kinds of new, for instance, sexual positions from people on here, like 6, 7, talking to people in the audience, right? Um, Whatever you want to talk about. I enjoy having conversation with you. Spiritual entertainment 7 days a week. And I'm on my second bottle of water here because I'm sweating buckets. It's hot, really hot right now. Would you mind sharing one? What are we sharing here? What are we sharing here? Um, let's see. I have moss growing. Hey, that's rude, Jason. What did Jason say here? What is need? What do we need to share here? Is something being shared? What level of fireball can you cast? That depends on how much money you're paying me. I mean, the fireball spell is not difficult at all, depending on you provide the materials for the spell casting. That's very important, right? You've had people read your mind on several occasions. I have too. I had a friend of mine I grew up with. He could put his hand on you and tell you what you're thinking. He could not do it apart from that. Like he couldn't just read it. But if he locked his energy with your energy, he could certainly see the images in your mind, right? I mean, I was amazed that he could do that, right? That he just put his hand upon me, and it was an obscure image. There's no way it was coincidental. I was not influenced by him. This was a random pattern of thought that was in my mind, and he was able to tell me in detail exactly what was in my mind, right? I don't know how he did it. Well, there was some type of entity involved, obviously, right? We had some really bizarre experiences, he and I together, that were not positive. There was a dark presence, siphoning off our fears and experience when we were younger. Um, I don't know how he's doing today. We lost contact over the years. Have you read someone else's? I've never had. Now, I have moments of intuition where I can see into people's experience. and in a symbolic way, share my thoughts, what I see. But that is not like a power, I think, that is something that I retains with me. And I think it's one that's inspired. I'm sure a lot of people can do that. You have a moment where you could see the energy of the person. You could see what's going on in there. I think it's very common for people to do that. Um, that it often is written off as coincidental, right? This form of intuition, it's, I think, very common to many people. We often second guess our intuition. As soon as we feel it, uh, we make the mistake of trying to explain it instead of letting it be as it is, right? When you let it be as it is, when you respond to your intuition, instead of putting it in the mechanism of the intellect, you will see that it begins to grow. Um, as long as you're managing it with the intellect is going to run the show. And the problem with the intellect, it's very limited in terms of its knowledge retention. The intuition does not have a limit. It can continue to grow and to develop um, as a power that is within you. Did you pay for the DLC of the Dragon Horn? Of course I did. I got all of the DLCs for Skyrim, right? The last one I got was um, the the one with the houses, and you can adopt a child, right? That was like the last one I bought, and that was like, what, about 5 or 6, 7 years ago. I don't remember when that one came out, right? Yeah, the Skyrim is dead. I mean, it's been played by me at least 4,000 hours, I would imagine. The best modulation for it was the Enderal, the total conversion mod. It turns the Skyrim engine into a whole new world. Um, I think the guys who did it were German. A beautiful world, beautiful story about this cycle that keeps happening. You have humanity being born and being devoured, and then it starts all over again. This entity like feeds on it. It's a really good story. Enderall, or Alderall is something, starts with an E. These people did a really good job. They also converted Oblivion. They converted Oblivion into the same universe, but just a different story, right? You are not telepathic, but occasionally get a flash or ESP. Yeah, I think it's very common. We're not used to seeing it, right? We're taught not to believe in it. We're taught not to see it. And that, I think, that gets in the way of a natural energy, a natural a power that people have. And it doesn't grow, right? If you ignore, it's just like lifting weights, right? If you don't keep lifting the weights, you return back to your original size, right? There's a spider on your head. Oh, shit. Yeah. He would feel it, Robert. Don't span, Robert. Damn it, Robert. Yeah. Extrasensory perception. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of different things and different abilities that people have, right? But we're just taught that it's mumbo jumbo. So we don't act upon it. Or we'll scrutinize it in a way that's unhealthy. And it doesn't grow. I think we have the power of the human will, the power of the intention. It does so much good in the world that I think there has to be a lot of research on that. The humanity and what we can do, right? There's something that needs to be studied rather than treated in, I think one of the atheists that I know that would, I think, be open to doing that is Sam Harris. He's a famous atheist that talks to these nutcases all the time. He understands that there's something going on in humanity that's quite marvelous. Now, he doesn't believe it's a deity. He sees it as part of our humanity, that the idea of religion and spirituality is not originated from a deity from above, but from our human experience. And I think that's certainly worth value in studying, right? Um, let's see here. That's how I get messages, sometimes fuzzy. You can get input through usually sentences in ways you don't normally speak. You touch this from the spirit. It can feel very physical, though. Yeah, there's different things that, different people's communities, the shaman, right? You have these people that have a sensitivity to the inner world, the inner energies that other people may not be, right? We're all different. Like my wife, she can hear things. I have heard things, um, but not in the way that she can, right? She can, it's like it's a natural for her to hear. Like my wife is a medium, right? She can hear things. Um, I can feel things. I can discern presences. I can feel if it's of a good or bad disposition. I can feel people's energies. I can feel their experience in the room. Um, it, it, I guess we are complementary, right? She can hear and I can see, right? Um, and I don't know why I can't hear. Like when I hear stuff, it's like in a state of meditation, like in between dream and not dream. That's when I hear things. It is very. I've never heard like walking down the street, God talking to me. My wife, however, is very conscious, can hear entities, right? She can hear these things. And when she was younger, her parents thought she was crazy, and they put her on medication, right? And thankfully, they let her. They saw the effects of it, and she didn't have to take it anymore. She's always been sensitive to these things, right? Even when she was a Christian, hearing angels, hearing powers and presences, right? And I've always been sensitive to feeling them. And I can't explain that, right? I can't explain it at all. Judge your energy, I can't. Uh, it's not like you could turn it on and off. It happens for me. In terms of communicating like this, um, it is a mediated form of communication and experience. Like if the goddess wants me to feel you, I will feel you from over here. You can't just turn it on, right? You can't just. I don't have like power over it. The same thing with my wife. My wife can't reach out. Hello, are you here? Right? It doesn't work like that for any of us, right? Um, you don't know Gautier. What about it? Uh, Father Bard, it is my eldest daughter's 14th birthday. I hope this isn't, let's see, inappropriate to ask. I really don't know much about druidry at all. Is there like a saying or something for protection? Well, we have a sacred word in druidry, Awen. That is a chant that many people do. We finish our prayers and meditations with that. My children, they come get a blessing from me. And I mean, druidry to me is sharing the world around me, right? So if my daughter came to me, may the ancestors' blessing be upon you, right? That's what I do with my kids. I share our heritage, our experience, and now a lot of them don't give a shit about it, right? They're just into their little worlds, right? But they have that memory of blessing. They have that memory of meditations. They have that and certainly not inappropriate to talk about, right? Uh, in my order, we have secrets, but it's not like secrets like arcane knowledge or something. They are intimacy. Like every family has, intimacy that they don't share, right? And that's what you find in like modern druidry. You know, um, a lot of things that we do, they're not hidden, but the way that we talk about them, like our literature, for instance, that we call the guesu, these are all like private things that we keep amongst ourselves, even though some people have published them online. Um, what do I think about Gautier? Are you talking about the singer, the one-hit wonder? I think he's smart. He got his one hit, and now he's got millions and millions of dollars, and now he just works at a nightclub, right, doing what he enjoys doing. He decided not to pursue multiple hits and things, but chose a life of leisure and joy rather than work and stress. He works, a lot of these people, they can afford to do that. Like um, uh, Daniel Radcliffe, who was Harry Potter. He doesn't do um, movies unless he likes them, and it could be a B movie. He does a lot of B movies, right? Because he likes doing it. He doesn't do it for the money. He does it for the joy, right? And that's what I think Mr. Gautier um, ended up in his musical career, right? That was a very powerful song that he did, right? A very, very powerful song. Let's see here. I'm polishing a Cabano guitar. Look at you, Daniel Whaley. He's, um, he's got his guitar out here. Let's see. Are you looking for the one ring to rule them all? Yeah, I have it on my penis right now. That's where it's at. No need to repent. Yeah, don't care, right? Um, it's always raining in Wales. Not lately, right? That heat wave from our Welsh friends here are telling me it's terrible over there, right? You're like, where's the rain goddess when you need her? I feel more safe alone studying oneself where I can protect myself. I grew up in foster homes. I automatically shut down. Yeah, what you find, what's unfortunate about that, this place of isolation, you feel that it's protecting you, but it's really not, right? You go to this place that you feel protected, and I want to challenge you to leave that place, and you will find great difficulty in doing that. But if you don't do that, you're not going to grow. You're not going to, people like you cannot go to the cave and grow. The cave consumes you. The cave demands your energy rather than giving you what you need, right? So I want to challenge you to not go to that place and do that difficult shadow work inside of you. Can be healed from this isolation. I mean, I lived that in my life. I had a terrible childhood. I did live at a children's shelter for some time. I was in and out of juvenile hall. I was homeless. I had a terrible relationship with my parents. It was like I was all alone. And I developed this anxiety where I felt protected there. But in that place, I never talked to anybody. I was all alone. I was safe, but I was not growing and I was not loved. And I certainly wasn't loving myself. So I want to challenge you to go out of that place because you won't grow. Find, little communities that you can begin with to integrate it. Now, it could be your local church, your synagogue, your mosque, your pagan communities. Um, could be as simple as going to the library and joining a book club or something, right? You need that interaction in order to grow, right? And it'll take a lot of time. It took me a lot of time to heal, to come out of that isolation. Now I meet with people all the time. I speak to thousands of people all the day, right? I'm in a place that there's no way in hell I could have been in 30 years ago, right? You can be healed from that isolation. The isolation wants to keep you safe, but you don't have to do that, right? There's somebody out there that wants to love you. I see right now that there's children that need your love, right? There's children that need your love, and you can't give it to them if you're all alone, right? You have to do that difficult work. You have to go on that quest to that place, right? Hello again, Mac. What is your name? Mac Malarian. Good to have you here. You're welcome, Andrew. Good morning from the land of Down Under. Gem for base. Nice to see you again. How have you been? Well, we're waiting for the strawberry moon where I am. I'm sure you've already experienced morning for you, right? Over there in Down Under in Australia, you got to see the full moon last night. The strawberry moon, right? Let's see here. All these wonderful. Think about going up and touching that like button, my friends. We're almost up to 100. Help a bar. I do this for a living, and that helps me a lot. And think about joining our community. There's a join button on there. You could buy me a coffee. Think about all the entertainment I provide for you. I'm on here every day, 40 hours a week, doing something for you. Um, from gaming to conversation to comedy to spirituality. Think about buying me a coffee and you'll become a member of our wonderful Discord community. We have a wonderful community on there, my friends. Follow the white rabbit and never stop. Yeah. It's overcast there in Australia. Yeah, that's what we got right here. I'm up just north of the equator here in the northern hemisphere, and it's dark. I doubt we'll be able to see it, but I'm going to have to start marching out in the next. I mean, it's going to be getting dark here. Like without that moonlight, it's going to be terrible out here. So in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to make. I'll take you with me, of course. We'll make our way out. It'll be about a 30-minute journey. Let's see here. You're too poor. That's okay. Be here every day. If you are here every day, one of my moderators will sponsor you it and they'll say, we need to get this person in, right? And I do that for people too who are here every day. I give them access to our Discord server. Your bird knowledge, you hear all the birds in the background. Yeah, they get quite active in the twilight, right? Sometimes I sit out here and the hawks, they come down and, find their evening dinner. It's a beautiful thing to watch, these hawks here in my grove. Is you pretend till it becomes real, be aware. What do you mean by that? I don't understand the context, right? Who's pretending here? I'm living this. This is my lifestyle. There's no, what you see is what you get, right? There's no pretending here. Be gone and cleansed, you heathen. Yes. You want to give me a bath now, do you? Right? You have to pay for that, $20. You want to give, he wants me to send him some of my bath water, right? Athena, Lilith, that's how you see it. You see that mythology all one. Thank you all being called a heathen. It's beautiful, isn't it? The Egyptian cat of denial. Yeah. Heathenism is a wonderful term that Christians like to call people, right? It makes them feel good about themselves, calling us heathens, right? Hail the bard, scholars of the bard. We got all kinds of scholars here, right? You pretend magic is life. I do. I don't practice magic, sir. I practice druidry. And the magic of druidry is working with what is already here. I'm not a magician. I'm not a conjurer. Now, there's certainly people, that's how they express themselves, and I don't have a problem with that at all. But how I practice druidry is the magic is already here. It's just a matter of perceiving it, right? That is the perception and intention, right? Seeing what is around you and letting those energies, those natural energies, begin to shape and to mold you and to work with that shape and to begin to make the world a beautiful place, right? Let's see here. You are from the mountains of Canada. We have lots of our Canadian friends here. Good to have you here. Today is a special day because it's Swiftwind Aquarius's birthday. Explain druidry. You want me to explain druidry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly? Druidry is earth-based spirituality, right? What do you think of when you hear druid? You think of the natural, right? That is the archetype. And druidry is a spirituality that helps you to engage the world on its own terms, not yours. Engaging the world where you are working with the natural. And this entering into the mystery of the web of life, being able to see your connection and finding value here rather than in another place. A lot of modern spiritualities, they want to tell you to go to another place, right? Like, the people who believe in heaven. The druidry says heaven's here. You just have to learn to perceive it, right? Or the people who are into non-dualism. That's all about becoming this consciousness, right? Going to the consciousness. Well, druidry is separated from consciousness. The tree is not. The grain of sand is not. As William Blake said, you have infinity in the palm of your hand. It is all here, my friends. Nicholas Mackendas of Nazareth. Praise Nicholas. Um, my totem is the rabbit, right? Bold words coming from a piece of wood. Oh my. Magic work deals with specifics. A lot of magic work to me is terrible because I am 100% against transaction religion. The idea that you must do an activity for a deity in order for that deity to do something for you. Druidry doesn't do that. In Druidry, if you are a pagan, for instance, you are working with the deities. You're not working for them. You're not doing shit for them. They are assisting you in making the world a beautiful place. That is the magic of Druidry. Transactional religion, to me, like Christianity, appeasing the god, doing the worship, or certain forms of paganism or witchcraft, doing this for the god, chopping off the chicken head. It is a terrible and terrible religion, and I will always feel that way. You're free to do whatever the hell you want, right? I am not here to criticize you as a human person. I just think your religion, some people's religion, is terrible, right? Um, Gotia magic, I don't know what the hell that is. Is that what people were talking about? I thought you were talking about that wonderful song by that person that with that name, right? Uh, where are we at here? Jesus is the original. Jesus is a copy of, yeah, Osiris, right? I get where you're coming from. I precisely give offerings and doing work with them. Candles, incense type. Yeah, who is the incense and offerings for? It's a way of for you. That's the way you're expressing your gratitude. Your the other being, that is for you. These other beings, they don't need it, right? I understand. That these things. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing. I got my incense and peppermints out to honor, to respect, rather than to conjure up, to make a deal with, right? Like if you are someone who worships Odin, right? You go out and sacrifice a deer or something in the wilderness, and you do so not to please Odin, but to share a meal with him, really, right? To share a meal with your deity. And I don't have a problem with that. Communion through the activity, but rather some of these transactional religion that you find in Wicca, to me, are terrible. Right? In my Druid circle, which we call a C group, we have former Wiccans that, they tell me all of these things and what they experience. Now, not all Wicca is the same. You have to understand that. But there's a lot of things in Wicca where you're doing stuff for the gods, so they will do stuff for you. I think that is terrible. There's a pagan philosopher, Lambactius, who believed rites and incense aligned us with the gods. Well, the truth is you're already aligned. The incense and the peppermints are for your experience, for your creativity, right? Having a cross. Does the God need for you to have a cross? No, right? Having a triskele. Does my ancestors need this? No. It's a way to honor them, right? You're talking about Caradwin, having images of Caradwin, right? Does she care about that? She doesn't give a shit, right? Having a cauldron, she don't care. That's for me, right? That's for me to express my creativity, right? That's how I see it anyway. Oh, well, thank you for clearing that up for you. Oh, I did. I cleared that up. Exactly. It was always through thanks, not requirement, right? Yeah, a lot of modern pagans are like that. They don't do shit the way their ancestors did. They do it as a way of honoring, participating, right? And I think that's appropriate. He believed incense and rites aligned us, but any mundane task can be turned into sacred. That's your power of your creativity. You have the power to transform your environment. Theurgy, right? Uh, Coming here to my grove changes me, and I change the grove. It is alchemy. It is a mutual path where both realities benefit, rather than one benefiting and just giving you some hot sauce after that, right? Let's see here. You are a dork, Wesley. Uh, that's fine. We all people are working. Eltine LaVey, I don't get into Satanism. The only Satanism I support is the temple, Satanic Temple. To me, they are satirists. They are patriots. They don't believe in the boogeyman of the Christians. They just do it to show you how foolish you are. So I support the Satanic Temple here in the United States. I don't think there's anywhere else you have the Satanic Temple. It's really a political entity here of satire here in America. Um, let's see here. Take pride in your identity. What do you mean by that? Anton was an atheist using Satan to be edgy. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the tradition that he started, right? Uh, some of his teachings that people tell me about, I say, well, that's bullshit. Like, um, um, do no harm to others, but do whatever the hell you want. I mean, you're hurting other people when you harm yourself. When you're doing terrible things, you're not separated from others, right? When my children are doing terrible things, that hurts me, right? This idea that you're a separate entity, I think, is very self-serving, and it doesn't do anything for humanity. So that philosophy, I am no fan of, right? Um, I think I need to pack things up here. Yeah, I'm going to pack things up here, and then we'll walk out together out of my grove. I'll give you the tour here on the way out because it is getting dark, and soon there'll be all kinds of bears and shit out here that I don't want to deal with. Usually they're scared of you, right? But every now and then they get pissed off. I had a buck come up to me, had like 20 of these on its head, and I'm just sitting here quiet. It got about probably 25 yards away from me, and a bird comes down in front of it, scares the shit out of it, runs off. I mean, I didn't know what to do, right? I'm sure it could have had bad intentions for me. All right, packing up my gear here, my friends. It's time to be off. On the way back here, spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week. I am here for you, my friends. Don't forget to hit that wonderful like button at the top of your screen there. About to make our way out here. This is very uncomfortable, wearing a cloak and putting on a backpack, right? Maybe I should put the backpack on first and then the cloak. That might be more appropriate to do. Here we go. Let's see if this works here. Putting that on, then putting the cloak over it. That might be more comfortable. Yeah, that's definitely more comfortable to do. I'm sure we have the Fish and Wildlife Association, always driving through here, making sure people are behaving. So I can only imagine them seeing me coming out of the woods with a cloak on. Like, what is he doing out there? Is he sacrificing things in the wilderness, right? Yeah, this is kicking my ass here. Come on, get in my cloak here. I'm losing myself in my cloak here. Let me see if I can fix it here. All right, there we go. All right, that should do it. All right, my cloak is, look at that. I got a blankie on. Look at that. There we go. Gotta have the cloak, right? The cloak and the walking stick. That's what really gets people excited, right? Just me as my normal self. That doesn't do much. I've tried that before. It's really the cloak, right? That draws people in the walking stick, right? And then hearing my voice. So I gotta strap this in like it's a weapon. You see this? My wonderful umbrella here. Gotta keep it in there like it's a weapon. All right, I got my. Let me fix this here, because I don't need a foundation for it anymore. All right. Now it might get a little bit blurry. We're gonna make our way out here. This is where we're going. Maybe we'll see some creatures on the way out. I think I have everything. I got my wallet, got my keys, I got my everything here. Everything's cleaned up. All right. And Athena, nice to see you. Walking sticks used to help ground humans with the earth. Yeah. Yeah. Walking stick is helps me when I'm out here, protects me from possible, dangerous creatures like snakes. We got rattling snakes and other things that are in the grass. And I never know when my back or my knee will go out. So that is very helpful as we're walking here through the wilderness. I'm hoping the moon is out, but I don't see nothing because of all of you could see the cloud cover there. No moon yet, but I certainly feel the energies. I feel that rejuvenation. I feel that renewal as I'm walking through the wilderness here. Be careful of the locals. Yeah, I try. I am armed. I do not come out here. It is unsafe to come out here without weapons because the animals they are unpredictable. As I've told people before, there's bears, there's boars, there's gators, there's all kinds of critters out here in the swamp, right? And we're walking on the edge of my grove right here, as you can see. It's a beautiful collection of laurel oak trees here. And just over here, you have lots of pine, as you can see here. Pine everywhere, pine everywhere. This over here is quite dense compared to my grove. The trees are spaced apart. Serpent, Gautier spoken to have treated the fairly. Well, you're talking about something else, right? That I was talking about, right? So the full moon tonight, Ashley? Yes. Strawberry moon. This is a rare occurrence, right? To have 2 full moons in 1 month. And I certainly feel the energy right now. I feel it. But I don't see the moon, of course. It's going to be getting dark here as I'm walking back. But I definitely feel the energy. Every time there's a full moon, that energy level. Look at all these critters here. You see the locusts right down here? These are massive, right? Look at that. Look at it. It's like a biblical proportion. Imagine now all of this is like a normal thing down here in Central Florida. These giant creatures here, these locusts. Don't forget, my friends, as you're coming in, I'd like to get 20 more likes before I retire. I'm going to be on here for another 30 minutes, traveling around in the wilderness with you. I was hoping to find the moon, but so far the moon is eluding us. As you can see, the cloud cover here. What type of creature is that? Oh, you never know what's up on your feet here. You might step in a cactus. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff on the ground here as we're walking out of the wilderness here. Spiritual entertainment is my thing, comedy and spirituality together. And I wanted to come out today to my grove to welcome the moon. Thankfully, it didn't rain. It sprinkled a little bit, but we were able to avoid the rain, which was a good thing. I've only been one time out here getting drenched, and that was no fun. But the rain is quite warm. We're just north of the equator here. In case we get cut off, I just want to say goodbye. All right, take care, Mrs. Goblin. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Goblin, you need to go to bed, right? It is quite late where you're at. We appreciate you both. You're great community members. Thank you for being here and being a part of our wonderful community and the fun things that we do together every day. I don't have any experience with Dantalakin. I don't even know what this stuff is. You guys are speaking about some type of occult literature or something? Yeah, that I'm certainly unfamiliar with. I hear something moving over there. You never know when a wild boar is going to run out to get you, right? You got to be careful. You had millions, but you spent it all. Oh, my. Just when I needed a donation, you had spent all your millions. It's hoping you could pay off my taxes next year, right? That's no fun having to pay taxes. YouTube doesn't they let you do your own taxes, right? As far as I know, at least last year they did. I don't know what they're doing. They say they take taxes out, but we haven't seen it on our forms. When this my wife, she does all the paperwork for getting paid here on the YouTube, right? I just do the difficult work of talking every day. She takes care of all of the paperwork. I don't know what I would do if my wife passed, because I don't know how to do any shit. I don't even know how to write a damn check. I mean, I would be totally lost if my wife had passed away, because she pays all the damn bills. I think I'm totally lost. When we first got married, we both paid the bills, but I just sucked at it. Yeah, my wife doesn't even like me going shopping because I don't I don't look at the price tags or anything. I just put the shit in the cart and leave. It's like, well, you just spent $200. You could have bought all that shit at the other store, right? Um, so I am not in charge of the money. My wife does all of that difficult money work. I'm sure that's quite common amongst you know marriages and relationships and things. You have one person that's the expert, right, at the paperwork. Yeah, I just suck totally at all of that stuff. All right, we're at my spring here, my friends. I'll give you a little glimpse of my little natural spring here for your entertainment. The entrance to Anavin, as I call it, right? And this is where I saw gators one day. I came here, there was a couple of gators just chilling out in there. Thank you, Will. Thank you. Um, a lot of Santa Moretti followers here, where you live. Yeah, we have some of those here as well. Um, there's one person in our community that I believe has a devotion to that. Yeah, that looks nice, doesn't it? It's really small, um, and it has all the way up. For whatever reason, that year it has receded like 20 feet. Yeah, it was right up here. You could see those trees right there. Those were all underwater at one time. I don't know why the alligators want to be in this little tiny pool, but every now and then we'll find one here. They probably eat the wildlife that comes over here and the birds that land there, I would imagine. But we haven't seen one there in quite a long time. It was probably a couple of months ago. I did share with my community on Discord. I did share with them some images from the alligator. He was just a little puppy, a little swamp puppy. It wasn't much, right? Uh, what you just said about marriage, really? What did I say? Mary met Nero. Oh my. Katerina is here. Good to have you, Katerina, for your entertainment leisure here. Um, we're out in my grove, waiting for the moonlight, if there's going to be any. I don't know. I'm starting to make my way back because when it gets dark in here, it gets crazy. You look what the boars have done recently. Look at this here. Let me show you. They like tearing shit up. This whole area here, the boars, they just dig and dig and dig. I mean, they destroy all kinds of land. If you get a boar that likes to go in your backyard looking for grubs, or most often, like in September, all of the trees here, they drop their acorns. So the boars are always trying to dig those up here in the fall, and they tear my entire floor of my grove. It always gets destroyed, and the deer do that too. The deer like to dig too, but not like the boar. The boar just tear shit up. You got to watch where I step here. This whole area here has been a munching ground for the boar. Right there, you see it? This is boar munching ground right there. The locusts, the saucy casitas. Yeah, I can't even say that. Yeah, giant boars. Boars are nutcases. Do you ever hunt them? No, I do not. I'm not a hunter. But this is a hunting ground. The state allows you to hunt boars here, during the appropriate hunting season. Now, I heard boar tastes terrible. That you have to cook it in a certain way immediately, right? You have to. Yeah, we're about to approach the trail here. You have to cook it in a certain way, or it's disgusting, right? Um, let's see here. Damn flies biting my hands as I'm holding this. Well, we do have a clear sky. Um, maybe we'll get lucky and see some moon on the way out. I probably got another 30 minutes, 40 minutes of light. Yeah. Oh, this damn bastard was biting the shit out of my hand. able to smash it. All right, we're making our way to the trail here and working our way back. Yeah. Oh, sometimes I wish I had gloves on, but I got ointments at home to rub on all these damn fly bites. I mean, they're terrible. My hand is like itching like mad right now. Um, Here we go, working our way back on the trail here for your entertainment leisure. We're out here in the swamp. Got flies biting my hand, trying to make my way out here. No moon so far. The moon is supposed to be making its peak around here, around this time, but it is unseen. Yeah. Let's see here. Who is here? Bakatito. Bakatito is here. Good to have you here for your entertainment leisure. Our good friend Bakatito. Good to have you here. Don't forget to hit that like button, my friends, as you come in. I like to have 20 more of those. You can hear all the beautiful bugs in the background. They're all having their way, their final time of appreciation of the natural here, right? Aren't you Disney just owning land there? Aren't you Disney? What does he mean by, am I a Disney? I don't understand. Disney is about a 20 to 30-minute drive from my house. That's where I'm at, just going up the expressway there. I don't like going to Disney anymore because it's too expensive and I cannot walk all day long anymore. But I used to take my family there every year. We would go there. I love Disney World, but if I had to go there again, I would have to be in like a wheelchair and be pushed around. There's no way I could keep walking. So I haven't been there in many years. You don't like Disney? Yeah, it's not for everybody. I mean, I experiencing Disney, I first went there when I was young. I've always had great memories of the place, and I wanted to get my kids. They'd rather go to like adventure places like that because Disney, I mean, it's kind of lame because there's too many damn people there. If you went there like 20 years ago, there'd be a lot of people there, but not like there is today. I mean, it's really ridiculous, the amount of people that go to Disney World. Disney does, but the corporation does. Yeah, the corporation does. Look at that beautiful sky right there. You see that? What sucks is the wires getting in the way, but it's a beautiful illumination taking place there in the background for your entertainment leisure. And we are being serenaded by the beautiful bugs. Lots of beautiful bugs I've shared this week. Was it yesterday I shared an image of two bugs having a good time. And there was a dung beetle, of all things, a dung beetle. The first time I ever saw it, there was like a huge pile of shit from a horse. And these things were just going at it. I mean, it was so amazing just to sit there and watch this dung beetle, devour and roll up in. And I tried following one, but I don't know if it had a destination or it was just annoying me. It was quite silly. I'm responsible for it, but he is, Athena, you're talking to someone here. Our wonderful friend Athena, always making her wonderful presence here with us. Our wonderful, your reincarnated or manifestation of the goddess Athena. I don't know which one it is. It's very interesting. You're tired. You tried Gotia. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. You have to educate me here. That's where you keep saying there's a magic second sun in the UK right now. Yeah, what's neat about in the UK is you get to watch the sun stay in one place for 3 days, right? Last weekend. I'm too close to the equator to get that type of magic. But that certainly would have been wonderful to see. Oh, wait, look what I found, a treasure. I found me a treasure, my friends. You see that? That's going to go in at my home. This one I can't take. I cannot take it. It's filled with ants. I'll just leave that for the ants. They can have that. Those are fire ants. I don't want to touch that. But every now and then I find feathers out here of the hawk, and I take them with me, and I have a little, it's not an altar. Well, I guess it is an altar. We just don't, it is a way to, a point of unity in my living room where we do our meditations together. I light a candle there, and I have certain things that honor nature, like having a feather there from the hawk. I got a pine cone and various other rocks and things that I bring. My pocket grove, I guess you can call it, right? Because you don't get to go out to the grove all the time, but you can have a piece of that grove with you, right? Everyone could have a little piece of nature with them, their own little pocket grove, right? All it takes is, going for a walk somewhere. You could take some of that with you, and you can have that connection continue on in your experience. You like my stick? Yeah. My stick is better than bacon. You have the sun here till past midnight. I look at you up in Alaska, right? That must be a very unique experience up there, right? Up in Alaska, getting that long darkness. I can only imagine like the mythology of the indigenous people there and the stories they tell about that experience. I'm sure that would be quite interesting. I'm sure you got stories, right? Do you like wearing a hood? Yes. It is a good thing to draw people into conversation. Like, why do you have a stick? Why do you have a hood? Right? It's because I do it to honor my ancestors who were bards. Right? It's a good conversation starter. Obviously, right? If I was just out here talking about nature, most people wouldn't give a shit, right? So it's a good way to start conversation, right, with people. So I have my walking stick and my cloak, right? I'm trying to bring it back into fashion. Bring cloaks back again. We need our cloaks back, right? Let's see here. You disagree, Nero, or you're having a conversation here? You own your own taxidermy. It's a dung beetle. He's the size of a tennis ball. No shit. You found a dung beetle that large, right? In your taxidermied experience, you were able to make a little, memory forever to have. That's interesting. I didn't know that you could do taxidermy with insects. Oh, I dropped my umbrella, damn it. Just a moment here. My umbrella I had to take with me. It's kind of a nuisance right now walking with it. It just opened up. How convenient, right? That's just wonderful. Oh shit. That's convenient, right? When your umbrella opens up. Yeah. Let me get it put together. You're going to be tossed around here for a moment while I try to get things back together here. This is a nuisance indeed. And I put it the wrong way. The Velcro went the wrong way. Of course it did. Right? Of course it did. Yeah. I got a cheap old umbrella here that I've had to take with me out here. Now I got to put it back on my side here. Hopefully I got it. All right. I think I'm okay. I'm okay, my friends. I got it all back together for your entertainment leisure. What's funny about what you said? What's going on here? Your tick, the sunset really is beautiful, is it not? Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that something, right? The sky's turning pink. It's quite beautiful. Every now and then, I'll get a good shot from my backyard. And this would be a terrible, like if I could set my camera up now and see that sun, I would certainly, do a little video. But all this other shit is in the way, unfortunately. But that certainly would make a good video. I've done a few sunsets right out here. Now, no moon yet. I think the moon is behind the clouds because it's not over here on this side. It was supposed to make its appearance, but we do not see any moon yet, unfortunately. Just a beautiful background there, very relaxing, very peaceful as we make our way out of my grove, following the trail home here. Yeah, it takes me it's about a 25-minute walk back to my automobile, and then 10-minute drive to home. So that's the journey I make to my grove. We have the place that I'm at is a wildlife management center that has been purchased by the state, and people come out here and walk their dogs and ride their horses and do hunting and all of that fun stuff. There's all kinds of trails out here. I take my boys out here, and we go looking for indigenous artifacts because we're on the boundary of three different native peoples that were ancient here. And every now and then you hear on the news that a mound has been found, right? So that's always fun for young people to come out here and have some sense of adventure, right? You're looking for indigenous artifacts, right? And there's the night bird there. Yeah, we hear your beautiful song. We hear your beautiful song. You're having a good conversation there with our goddess Athena. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, my friends. We appreciate you being here. The Goblin family up late at night over there in the UK is still here. I thought you were going to sleep. Our Goblin friends, it was sleep time right up there. You're still hanging out here. You cannot get enough of the bod, right? One day I'll be able to have dinner with you in the future, right? I'll fly over there to the UK and have my meet and greet with all of my wonderful friends over there. That is my intention, of course, for the future. We keep making plans to do it, but something always happens, right? That drains your savings account. Like I wanted to get a PO box this week, but my wife says you can't. It's $50 a month, not in the budget, right? We just spent a whole shitload of money, preparing for my son's wedding. I gotta buy. I don't wear ties, so I have to wear a tie and a proper sports coat. I haven't wore a tie since I used to teach public school as a substitute teacher. That was the last time I wore a tie. Um, when I was a clergyman, I didn't have to wear a tie. It was always clergy shirt for everything. But being no longer a member of the clergy, I got to learn how to wear ties again. I'm like, I don't want to wear a tie. How am I going to wear a tie? My wife knows how to tie a tie, so she's going to do it for me, as she said. Yeah, my wife does all of the man stuff around the house, I guess. She was out yesterday trying to fix the engine on my son's Jeep. He had some of the belt come off, and she was out there. I come out there, her hands are all greasy, and I'm nowhere to be seen because I don't do shit like that. She knows how to change the oil. She had to teach my son how to change a tire. I don't know how to do any of that shit. Oh man, I come to a quiet area. That's always suspicious, right? We're in a quiet zone here. It's kind of silent. It's kind of scary, isn't it? You gets that way at night. You don't know who's lurking behind the bushes over there. Right? There could be some type of creature, right? Oh man, this damn fly. Leave me alone, damn it. Leave me alone. Don't need a book of magic to work with them. You just reach out and touch faith. Not taking shit. Don't take no shit. That's right. Our serpent of chaos doesn't take any shit from anyone, right? My apologies. I'm not fine-tuned to ethic goblic beings. Well, you better get tuned, damn it. We have all kinds of beings here from various dimensions for your entertainment leisure here. So you better get fine-tuned, my friend. What happened to that? There's a whole tree that just fell down over here. Oh my. Trying to work my way out of my grove here. Yeah, it's okay. You can apologize. The other beings here, they don't mind, right? They don't mind the various beings here. Like the cicada here. You don't mind, do you, cicada? You just hum. Just listen to that for a moment. Listen to that. Just let it speak to you. That noise that welcomes the evening. Now think back for a moment. Think of memories when you were younger, first hearing that, right? That's a way to tap into those memories. Listen to that noise. Just let it speak to you for a moment here. You hear that, right? That could take you on. That could take you to a special place, right? The land holds our memories. It holds the memories of our ancestors. The air knows the secrets. The land remembers, and the land is always speaking. It's always telling a story. We have just lost touch with how to listen, right? Hello to you, Mary. Good to see you. Good to have you here for your entertainment leisure. Where we were hoping to see the moon. I'm out here in the wilderness, and there's too much clouds. And so I'm working my way back out of this place that I'm in. Hopefully no bears will come out and eat me or other violent creatures. But you never know what is out here. Look, it might be a Sasquatch. Isn't it mating season for Sasquatches? Now, we have a special name for the Sasquatch down. We call it the swamp man, or the skunk man. The skunk man is down here in the swamps of Florida. Skunk man is what he's called. Is that appropriate? I don't remember. My Florida friends, you would know. A being that has a foul scent, but it appears at the right place and the right time to certain individuals. They get to experience the swamp man, right? I've never had an encounter with the swamp man. That would be a lot of fun to do so. Right now the mosquitoes are out, and all of my spray has worn off, and they're just devouring me, right? They're just having a good time with my flesh, and they're doing it for free. Usually I charge for that shit, but they're just come over and eating me alive, right? Back to Druidism, you have to research the Picts. Why? What do the Picts have to offer me, right? Now the Picts, I don't know much about. I don't know much about my ancestors, right? I'm learning these things, right? About what is it, what secrets of the Picts are you trying to share, right? A lot of things that we have on our ancestors is gone because the church or whatever powers that be, right, didn't want you to know. Like the Romans, right? They didn't want you to know. The Romans wiped out all the druids, right? They don't want you to know. They had their own propaganda. They had their own agenda. They didn't want you to know. But you can't destroy spirituality, right? So my ancestors did druidry one way. I do it my own way, right? The theme is still the same. How it's done is different, right? That's why you can have like a Celtic Christianity, for instance. You're not doing it the way that your ancestors did it, but you're doing it your own way, right? As a Christian, right? That's why you can be a Christian druid, you can be a Muslim druid, you can be any type of religion or non-religion and practice druidry. It's very universal because it's an archetype, right? The Romans wanted you to pay taxes. Yeah. Well, Rome fell, right? But on the Isle of Anglesey, all of the Druids were wiped out because they were a threat, right? What do you do when you don't like a certain group of people? You slander them. You make shit up, like they were out there, killing children and sacrificing them to their gods and stuff like that. The people make shit up all the time when they want to slander someone, right? And the Romans were no different when it came to ancient Druids. They had their own propaganda, which people sometimes read as fact, right? You have to question when you read, right? Even in our times, you should question the authority. You should question these people that tell you what's right and wrong. Like the Federal Drug Administration, right? That tells you what is good and what is bad. You just take it as fact, right? These people are telling you how to live. So you don't have to do your own research and your own homework, because they have an agenda. They have a certain way that for you to live comfortably and ignorant, right? While they continue to control you with how they want you to be, right? Yeah, you got to get your tinfoil hats out now. Do you like clairvoyant witches? Oh, I like clairvoyant bitches all the way, right? East side. Clairvoyant bitches for me. Yeah. The Catholic Church is the Roman Empire. Yes, it is. Yeah. Christianity, it continues the Roman Empire. Right, Bertie? You hear that? That's a beautiful noise. What kind of bird is that? Does anyone know? You hear it. It's such a beautiful noise. Does anyone know that? You hear it? Hi, Angelina. Good to have you here. The Catholic Church is the sacrament of salvation and the sacrament of manipulation, control, and fear. The Catholic Church makes God look like a dick, a judge who is only interested in how you perform. Eat a hamburger on Lent instead of a chicken sandwich. See what God will do. He will destroy you, right? That's no father. That's an asshole, right? The Catholic Church is a reality of control and manipulation. They don't lead you to God. They lead you to behavior. Now, thankfully, people rise out of the bullshit, like Thomas Merton, a great, great Catholic Christian of, 30, 40 years ago, right? I think he died in the 70s. I can't remember, later 60s, right? Or maybe in the 80s. I can't remember. I know he was long gone when I was here. Eat meats. Yeah, eat what you want. I don't care. I'm just an entertainer. As long as I need 12 more likes before the night ends, my friends. 12 more likes, that's all it takes. Spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week, I am here for you. 12 more likes. Go up and touch that like button up there. I'm almost back to my automobile. About another 10 minutes, I will be with you. And then I'll return tomorrow morning with you at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be back having a wonderful conversation that we have every morning. No moon. There's no moon, unfortunately. We tried, right? We tried to find the moon tonight, and I ended up being lunch for mosquitoes and horseflies. I'm quite devoured. I'm quite tormented. I cannot wait to get home and take me a gummy so I can begin the journey of sleep out of my torment. Oh, look at this. This is an interesting sight. You want to see some creatures procreating here. Look at this. Procreate, my friends. Do you see all of them? Look at that. Procreation in action right there. Some of you are insect perverts, right? There's your insect perversion right there for you. Procreate. Be like the bug there. Procreate, my friends. Procreate. See, the bugs know what they're doing there. They're having a good time. See, most of you have to go to apps to get that action, right? Yeah, they're married, isn't it? You get those down there where you are, right? You're in South Florida, right? Do you get those creatures down there? Cults of the Bodians, right? Yeah, we are a wonderful cult. We have a great time. Spiritual entertainment. Almost there. I need 11 more likes. Go up and hit that like button, my friends, so I can sleep well knowing I brought you joy this evening in our conversations that we've had, right, as we're working our way out of the swamp here. It's probably about 90 degrees now, right? Where are we at here? Keep it PG-13, Bart. Come on. I'm sorry, but some of these things you have to make known to the world here, right? You have to reveal to them these mysteries. It's a good teaching tool for children, right, or younger people about the birds and the bees. You could say, look at this wonderful grasshopper here. He could teach you everything you need to know. about love, right? Working our way out. We're almost there, my friends. Can you believe it? With 3 hours, something like that. I can't remember when I started broadcasting. We had a few interruptions because of the area I am in. You never know. Oh, look, a bat. Oh, that's nice. Look at those. There's some bats that just flew by. There's a couple of bat nests out here that the Boy Scouts, they created these wonderful little boxes for bats out here in the wilderness. So every now and then you get to see some wonderful little creatures, bats, flying through the air here. Let's see here. Guillotine supplements. What is that? Is through bioviability, unless you're... What is going on here? He's always talking about these scientific facts that, I mean, he's like the perfect kind of troll because you don't know what the hell he's talking about. He keeps talking about DNA and all this other shit. Our friend here. He's like the perfect kind of troll because no one knows what the hell he's saying, right? Hello, bats. Yeah. You know a bit about... Oh, you're talking to Athena. Yeah. We got aliens out here. I hope not. I'm not ready for a butt probe this evening. I haven't prepared myself yet for the stick of truth. No, not me. You keep yourself at bay, alien folk. I'm not interested in your butt probes. Yeah. I didn't bring my butt probe protection kit with me tonight, so I'm certainly not looking forward to such events as I'm working my way out of my grove here. We're almost there. We're getting there, my friends. I appreciate everyone staying with me this evening and having our evening conversation. You know, I just keep talking, don't I, right? You see, there he goes. Virtue signaling, real time. Blood pressure. Virtue signaling, what are you saying, causes low blood pressure? Yeah. That's what happens here. Virtue signaling is on. Oh, excuse me. No danger. You are out and about. Yep, pretty much. Yep. You never know what will pop out of the woods here. Right? No moon, damn it. I was hoping to see the strawberry moon. Where are you at, moon? I've been waiting all of my day for you to be here. And you're not here. But there's a lot of good energy here. There's a lot of good energy in my swamp. So I know there's a moon out there. It's just the damn clouds have hijacked my experience of the great lady tonight. No sky clad for me tonight. No moonlight. So you're going to have to see me with clothes on, unfortunately. If you're on my OnlyFans channel later, there's too many mosquitoes out for sky-clad worship of the moon goddess tonight, unfortunately. You're just stuck with regular old me. What do you see? Gary Glitter, who's that? All good energy? Yeah, pretty much, right? Joys of being so far south, black as coal up here. Andrew? Yeah, the darkness. You get to see it all nice in the mountain region, right? I have to suffer with all of the elements down here of the humanity, right? But we have a nice pink sky, at least, right? That was nice to have. All right. I got to take my hood off here because of the awareness here. But we'll give you a little bit of pink sky as we make our way out. Unfortunately, no moon. There is no moon because there's too many damn clouds. But we do have a beautiful pink sky there for you, for your entertainment privilege in the evening. Isn't it adorable, right? That beautiful tone. Looks like cotton candy, right, with all the clouds there. You know, God is real. I'm starting to dislike God, a real dick. The kind of God you're being told is a dick. But God is wonderful. God is wonderful. The way that we are educated about what is divine is sometimes terrible, right? God is wonderful. But how we are taught about divinity is terrible. So that's probably what your experience here. Neurological toxin, yeah. There's a lot of unfortunate teachings that many people experience in the world, and it helps you to have a negative perception of the divine when you don't have to, right? I've had both. I've been taught certain things about God that really affected the way I perceive. And it took me a long time to learn that there's nothing I need to be afraid of. There's only a being that's on my side, that's wonderful, that is always looking to my best interests rather than trying to, be on behavior management, right? And deities that are presented as behavior management facilitators are always terrible. Look at that sky here. Look at that beautiful pink sky there. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Cotton candy sky for your entertainment leisure right there. Cotton candy sky. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets tonight here, my friends. So we're almost at the end. As you're looking at the cotton candy sky, there's no damn moon, unfortunately. The clouds have robbed us of the proper experience of the strawberry moon. But the energy is all there. Go out and enjoy the energy of the moon today, my friends. Enjoy that experience. Enjoy that the power and love of the moon. The moon loves you. Everything that you perceive of the lunar is something given unto you as a way of communication, as a way of presentation. Without you, that experience is not there, right? It is for you. Oh shit, there we got it. We got a moon. We got the moon, damn it. There it is. You see it? We'll be past the tree line here in a moment. We have a moon, my friends. There she is. We have the moon. It is right there on the tree line, making its way. I wish I could get a clear view of it. There's so many trees right there, but we do have a moon, my friends. She is hidden behind the tree line right there. In all of her glory, all of her beauty, right there. This is like a perfect place to camp out. If I can get it right in the right spot, I could put my camera down here and take a good look at it. Oh shit, look at that. Look at that. Oh shit, I'm gonna put this shit down for you. There we go, we got it. We got it for you, my friends. I didn't think it would be possible, but there she is. There she is, right there. For your entertainment leisure, my friends. You have the beauty of the strawberry moon. And look what color it is. It's got a little tint to it, does it not? There it is, the strawberry moon. For your entertainment leisure right there. What a wonderful way to end our evening here together, my friends. In the presence of this wonderful experience here. Strawberry moon rising up over the tree line there. I mean, this is like, it's so beautiful, right? I mean, if you get a chance to see this, I mean, just sit sit with it for a moment. Let it speak to your heart. Let this moon, as it rises up over the tree line there, let it speak to you. This is a beautiful moment, my friends. A rare occurrence, strawberry moon that has a little bit of a strawberry tint to it. More orange, right? More of an orange moon than anything. But there it is. There it is for my friends as we reach the end of our broadcast tonight. I'm glad I was able to share this with you, my friends. And I hope to see you all in the morning. We got to 90 likes. We almost made it to 100. But I will be seeing you all in the morning. You have a strawberry tip. If you know what, oh my goodness. Oh my. I hope we'll see you all tomorrow, my friends. Have a great rest of your evening.